Hey, Brittany, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi,
Have
Brittany.
you ever heard of it before?
Ever heard of what before?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm not sure.
All right. It sounds like you just woke up. Are you tired?
Yes.
Well, good morning,
Well, I'm sorry about that. Well,
sleepyhead.
so we're calling you because we actually got an email from one of our listeners who asked us to call you.
Okay.
You want to know who?
Still not registering, is it?
Well, no, I'm intrigued.
Okay. His name is Michael.
Oh.
All right. And you met Michael at the gym recently.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you went out with Michael on a date after and left pretty quick into it, and you haven't contacted him since.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Well, Michael emailed us because he wants to know what went wrong.
Oh, well, I mean, it was just like, I wasn't really sure how I felt, you know. I just couldn't really deal with it. First dates are weird, you know, so.
Did you? This was my theory, okay? My theory is that you went out with him as a pity date because he told us about the whole treadmill fiasco where he injured both you and him.
Initially, it kind of was. You know, I'm like, oh my God, such a weird guy. You know, like I'll just go out with him and get him off my back. But I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about him, and I felt really awkward. I had to leave.
During the drinks that you guys were having, you felt awkward?
Yeah, I'm still like kind of going through like a breakup, if you will, sort of. I'm kind of sensitive, so it was going really well, and I'm just so surprised that I liked him, you know, and I don't know if I'm ready to, you know, move forward with a guy that I might like, and I don't know. I'm just sort of a mess right now emotionally.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
really
that sucks.
sweet.
But you could tell that you liked him that much just from that experience?
Yeah, we like had a lot in common, and like we started like finishing each other's sentences, and yeah, I was taken aback at how like attracted to him I became throughout just like that half hour, and the feelings were kind of overwhelming that I had to excuse myself.
Wait, how long have you? Are you single right now, or are you still in a relationship?
Oh no, I am single, but like I had a fiance, and it was very messy,
Yeah.
and it's only been about 5-6 months or so, and I promised myself that I wouldn't date anyone for at least a year.
Yeah.
To really get over this guy, you know, to be fully open and available for a new relationship, and you know, it wouldn't be fair to Michael, you know, to be in you know, to date someone when I'm like this. So
But you could still do stuff with him.
Jubal!
I mean, what's a good way to get over a breakup?
well, that's the thing. You know, I felt like this could be a really special guy in my life, and I'm really not ready for that. So I really need like, you know, a year to heal and be available, and it's only been about 6 months or so. So
Okay, so you just want us to tell him, you just want us to tell him that he's got to wait 6 months if he wants another date.
kind of, probably.
I feel like that is so emotionally responsible of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, you really are aware of where you're at in the healing process, and this guy is obviously not just a rebound guy.
Correct. And, you know, I don't know if he feels that way about me or anything, and I'm just like, whoa, this is happening way too fast, and so, I don't know, it's a little embarrassing, but...
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, I was saying we could tell him that, and I think you could probably just do it yourself, though, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
You're not serious, are you?
I am 100% serious. Michael?
Brittany, how you doing? Sorry about that.
Awkward laugh.
That's not fair. I didn't know you were on the line.
I mean, I'm just like blown away right now. I really just thought that you didn't want to see me again. I can't believe.
I'm really sorry. I didn't really know how to process everything that was going on, and you know, obviously now you know everything I've been going through, so it's just, you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she wants to see you again just in 6 months.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and that makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, I'd really like to see you again. And if you had a good time and feel that same way about me, it's kind of crazy not to at least hang out, you know?
Yeah, I just, I don't think it would be fair to you either because I'm not, completely 100% there yet. I'd still be thinking about my ex and, not, I don't want to bring any like crap from that relationship into this. So it's just, I'm trying to be responsible and careful with, my emotions. And,
for sure. I hear what you're saying. That's really good that you're like processing that. At the same time, though, it's like so rare that you meet somebody. I mean, I really feel like, you're like the most beautiful girl I've ever met. And, like after talking to you and like your heart is like even more beautiful on the inside. I just.
Oh, you're so sweet. That was the best compliment ever.
I'm tearing up over here.
Oh.
No, that's really beautiful, and I appreciate that, and I would love to say yes. I don't think it's a good idea right now, and like you said, it's not, every day you meet someone so special, so like I'll still, if we're still there for each other in 5-6 months or whatever, like cool.
Brittany, look, you've heard everybody swooning about how hearts and love and all that stuff are beautiful.
God, you're romantic.
If it is in fact that beautiful, don't you think you should just go for it?
I see your point. It's just I think that'll be too messy. I need more time to heal and be confident and figure out like who I am as a person. And
yeah, that's
I was
good.
in this relationship for a long time.
Right.
One last question, and I've heard what you said. You said you're not interested until you feel like you've healed enough. But would you like to go out with Michael on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Brittany, before you answer, I know you've said no to me and them asking like a whole bunch, but just please think about it. I just want to say that if we had that much of a connection after 30 minutes of hanging out, it just seems crazy to me to risk throwing that away. Like, why don't you take a couple weeks and heal, and then maybe we can like get together.
Yeah, listen to him, Brittany. There's no such thing as good timing. These things always happen when you least want them to.
No, I hear you guys, and I appreciate it. It just, I promised myself a year. I think that's a good timeline to feel better, and so I just have to, regretfully decline.
Brittany! Come on!
Brittany, I think you're making a big mistake because, as somebody who's gone through a lot of breakups and always promised myself at the end of those that I would wait a certain amount of time, I've always jumped in like into another relationship at about the 6-month mark, and you might be missing out on a really awesome breakup.
Wait, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, Jubal's such a good example of healthy relationships in this world.
I fully support you, Brittany. Stick it out. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, thanks for that. Michael, keep my phone number, and like in 6 months, we can see what happens. We can still see each other at the gym, maybe.
Oh, man, that's too bad. Well, I will definitely call you in a few months.
Oh.
She said 6, not a few.
Stick to the rule.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, is Andrea there?
Yeah, this is she.
Hello, Andrea. How?
I'm good. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up? Tell us about Pete. Tell us about your date. Tell us about how it all went.
I think it was a really, really good date. We went out to dinner downtown.
All right.
We had really good conversation. He was such a gentleman. And then we went to go watch a movie.
All right.
That's a long date.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it just was going really, really well. And then afterwards, we went back to his place.
Okay.
And we kind of had a nightcap. We,
And by nightcap, do you mean?
We got intimate.
All right. Yes. Nice. Good to hear it. So what happened when you guys were done? Did you leave right after? You leave in the morning? How'd that work?
Well, he cooked me breakfast. And then, it was just so, he gave me a long, passionate kiss goodbye. And he was like, I can't wait to see you again. So I'm thinking, this is probably the best date I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah.
And ever since then, nothing.
Really?
He cooked you breakfast and hasn't called you back.
No, but then why? I'm so confused.
Okay.
I'm confused,
Have
too.
you tried to get a hold of him?
I texted him once to be like,
Okay.
hey, how are you? Just a few days later just because I don't want to look like a crazy stalker.
Jubal, if you hooked up with a girl on a first date and you didn't like her, you wouldn't cook her breakfast, would you?
Probably not. No, I'd probably try to figure out a way to get her out of there as quickly as possible.
Right, you had a
know what I
business
mean?
meeting, you had to go to work.
If I made breakfast, it would be a trail of bacon from the bed to her car to get her out of there. So, I mean, it seems like he liked you.
I like the trail of bacon idea.
I like the kind of girls you go for, Jubal.
Okay, Hannah, so we're going to call him and find out why he didn't get back to you. And you can't think of anything.
I thought the night went so great. We had such good chemistry. I mean, I honestly am clueless.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to call him right after this and see if we can get your answer, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, we've got Hannah on the phone right now. Hannah went out on a date with a guy named Pete that she really liked. They ended up hooking up. The next morning, he made her breakfast and kissed her goodbye, and she hasn't heard back from him. Hannah, are you ready to call Pete? And
Yes.
wow, all right,
Yeah.
you are
I
ready.
just want to know. I just want to know. That's all.
How did you meet Pete, Hannah?
I have a friend of a friend. He's single. He's cute. So it's kind of like a blind date hookup.
Cute.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Pete.
Yeah, this is Pete.
Pete, what's up, dude? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm good. Why are you calling?
I wanted to talk to you about a mutual friend that you and I have.
Okay.
It's a girl named Hannah.
Why are you calling me about Hannah?
Well, I know that you went on a date with Hannah and you guys hooked up, and the next morning you made her breakfast and everything seemed cool and haven't called her. So I was calling kind of on Hannah's behalf to ask why I haven't gotten back to her.
Is this on air right now? Is this on the radio right now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I gotta go. Sorry.
No. Hey, hang on. Pete, 1 second, dude. Please don't hang up. All right.
Call him again?
Try to call him back, yeah.
Dude, Hannah, what did you do?
Does not want to talk about Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get him back.
This is inappropriate, man.
Look, don't hang up.
No, it's bullshit. You shouldn't be asking me about my private life here. It's bullshit.
Okay.
Get me off the air.
Hang on a second, Pete. What is this? Okay. Producer Boy just handed me a piece of paper. That's true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Apparently, Pete, our producer went to your Facebook and it says you are engaged.
What?
You're joking.
Is this for real?
Pete, are you engaged, dude?
He hung up. I heard it click. I think he hung up.
Hey,
Are you joking?
wow. That was weird. All right, we're gonna stop for a second and try to sort this out. I think we need to figure out if this is really true or not. Okay, so we got an update. A few minutes ago during the second date update, we were calling Pete to find out why he wasn't calling Hannah back. He hung up on us when we first got him on the phone, so producer Boyd went to his Facebook page to try to get like another contact for him, a phone number or something, and found out through Pete's Facebook that he was actually engaged. And apparently, producer Boyd then messaged his fiance, and he's telling me that she's on the phone right now. Is she really on the phone right now?
She's online too.
Is this Jessica?
Yeah.
Do you have a fiance named Pete?
Do I have a fiance named Pete? Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. Can you describe Pete for me?
Yeah. He's my fiance. We've been together for a while. We're getting married in the summer. He's
Okay.
Is there
really great. And
just to like.
why are you asking me this? How long have you been together? Well, we've been engaged for about a year, a little over a year.
A year?
Hang on.
Slow down.
Hang on, Hannah. Let's make sure this is the right dude.
All right. Who is this?
This is Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. Hannah's on the phone with us. Hannah emailed us about a guy that she went out with and hooked up with who wouldn't call her back after they, had a night of fun. That guy is your fiance.
Is this a joke?
No.
Are you kidding me? That's not possible.
Is there any way you've been out of town over the weekends?
Yeah.
When did this happen, Hannah?
On Friday night?
Okay. Were you with Pete on Friday night?
No, and he... Oh, my God.
I know, honey.
And he didn't answer my phone calls or my texts on Friday. And is this...
It's not a joke.
Jessica, so where did Pete tell you he was on Friday night?
He said he had to work late.
Okay, and he didn't answer
And he
you.
wouldn't answer any of my texts or anything. And, oh, my God, are you kidding me?
Hannah, tell Jessica about what you did Friday night.
I'm really sorry. I honestly had no idea this guy was engaged. I thought he was just a great guy, and we went on a date. We went back to... You went on a date? Like a prearranged date? What? I'm trying very hard to give him the benefit of the doubt and not freak out right now.
What's Pete's last name? Jessica, what's Pete's last name? We'll beep it out. Hannah, what's the guy's last name that you went out with?
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Have you guys had any problems with cheating before in your...
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Hannah, how did you meet Pete again?
Just through a mutual acquaintance.
Mutual acquaintance.
Who? This guy, Charles.
Jessica, is Charles a friend of Pete's that you know?
Yeah, he's a friend of Pete's.
Okay.
He's a friend of Pete's that I don't get along with. This is just unbelievably...
We tried to
How did you go out on a date? Are you saying you were at a party? Or I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Jessica, I would tell you to not get mad at Hannah because it sounds like Hannah legitimately didn't know that he had a fiance. So
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm mad at right now. I'm just in shock, okay? So cut me some slack here because you were in my house, Hannah. P.S.
You can be as mad...
You were in my house.
Wait. Jessica, you live there?
Wait, but you lived there? There was no pictures of any girls in that house. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Are you okay, honey?
No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm engaged. I'm not okay at all.
Oh, that makes my heart hurt.
I feel so...
We tried to get Pete on the phone, Jessica, to talk about why he wasn't calling Hannah back, and he got angry and hung up on us, obviously, because he has a fiance. I'm sorry you had to hear about it this way.
I am too.
Hey, Jessica, we're going to give you just a second to compose yourself, okay? And then we're going to talk to you a little more, all right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second.
Okay.
All right, this is the third segment of the second date update today because obviously things got a little serious. Hannah went out with a guy named Peter. They hooked up. We tried to get him on the phone. He got mad and hung up on us, and then we found out that he actually had a fiance. Jessica, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Have you flushed your engagement ring down the toilet yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Have you suspected him of cheating before or anything else?
I've had my moments of worrying about that a little bit, but I've always told myself to take the high road and not
be accusatory.
Yeah, and to trust the commitment that we've made to
Which
each other.
you should be able to.
What is your plan, Jessica, for confronting Pete?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I am, my blood is boiling though right now, and I am I don't know if I am going to pack my stuff and just get out of here, or I'm just going to...
Jessica, I'm going to tell you from a guy's point of view who has been caught cheating when he's been living with girls that he's been with, just walk away. Like, honestly, that's the best way to do it for both you guys. Because you leave, you can find someone else who's not going to cheat on you. And if you don't leave, then you're always going to have that doubt. You're always going to be on his case. It's not going to be a good relationship on either side. So no matter what, now that you know this, my advice to you would be just to go there when he's not there, get your stuff. Don't even give him the satisfaction of a conversation about it.
Because all he's going to do is lie about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, how many times have you been honest, Jubal, when you had gotten caught in cheating?
I am never honest. So, so Jessica, that's what I would tell you to do, okay?
Thank you. I mean, I guess I'm glad I'm finding this out. I'm not at all, but...
Hey, it's better to know now than to have to get a divorce, right?
And let me tell you, we threw one badass unbachelorette party in Vegas after my girlfriend broke up with her second fiance, and it was way more fun.
Hey, Jessica, will you stand?
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Rebecca, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, is this a telemarketer?
No.
I wish you were a telemarketer.
It's a radio program, radio show, morning radio show.
Oh, how'd you get my number?
I'll tell you that in just a second. But do you have a few minutes to speak with us?
Maybe if I know what this is about.
Well, we recently got an email to our show from somebody who wanted to reconnect with you.
Okay.
So weird,
This
right?
is going to be, I'm going to just tell you right now, Rebecca, this is going to be a very weird phone call.
It's going to get weirder.
Okay.
It's not bad.
But hang in there, because it is not bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad, you said?
This is not bad at all. Okay.
But it's weird.
But it's weird. You met a guy 8 years ago named Eric at a Flaming Lips concert in the summer, I believe. And Eric emailed us because he wanted to see if we could get a hold of you to ask you out on another date.
What?
Yeah, I know it is as weird as it sounds. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. What that is if you go out on a date with someone and then you blow them off, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why. You met this...
You 8 years ago?
Yes. Apparently you met this dude at a concert 8 years ago. You guys hung out, even kissed at the end of the night.
Oh, my God.
I know.
That's a really long time ago.
It is a really long time
you
ago.
made quite the impression.
Do you remember going to a Flaming Lips concert 8 years ago?
I don't know. I mean, that sounds like something I would have done. I mean, I went to a lot of concerts. I partied a lot.
So you made out with a lot of guys at a lot of different shows, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I went to a lot of different shows and concerts, and I drank a lot, so I probably don't have the best memory for that.
Well, I'll tell you, at least according to this guy, you were at a Flaming Lips concert 8 years ago. You guys hung out at the bar, drank a little bit, even kissed to end the night. You gave him your phone number, said, call me later. He took a few weeks to call you because he was down in California doing some stuff. He says he called you when he came back, and he has not heard a thing from you since. And you've been on his mind for 8 years.
Like, he's been thinking about me constantly for 8 years.
He doesn't say constantly, though. He says that he's just like, you'll pop into his mind from time to time. And he's like, I wonder what happened to that girl, and I would love to see her again.
Oh. I mean, that sounds really sweet. I'm trying to remember, but nothing's really coming to mind right now.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago. Rebecca, I can let you talk to him if you want.
Like, call him up?
No, like he's on the other line listening right now. Eric, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, say hi, Eric. It's been 8 years. Say something.
Hey, how's it going? Still like the Flaming Lips?
So awkward.
Hey, you said your name was Eric?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Hi.
You don't remember me at all?
I'm really
Not even a
sorry. I'm trying to jog my memory here, but
We were at the Flaming Lips concert, and we were singing along. We got a beer together. We ended up kissing. You gave me your number. Brown hair.
Brown hair.
That's it, Eric? Like, any more descriptors?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept hanging out after the concert. We laughed a lot. You gave me your number.
I mean, I gave a lot of people my number. It's been 8 years. There's been a lot of guys.
Did that come out wrong?
Rebecca, do you mean that how it sounds?
I mean, no. I mean, like, I've met a lot of guys. I've gone out on a lot of dates.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been 8 years. Eric, I don't think was expecting you to stay celibate and wait for him all 8 years.
Oh, wait. Did you have a motorcycle?
No.
Damn, I thought we were going to get somewhere.
Dang it, it's a brown-haired motorcycle.
Just a guy with brown hair with a beard. No motorcycle. Is anything jogging your memory at all, Rebecca?
Honestly, I'm really sorry, but nothing's really coming to me.
I'm surprised you don't remember anything. We talked for hours. We really connected. It was special.
Do you remember what we talked about?
Flaming Lips.
The concert we were at.
I might have been pretty drunk at that point. I usually got pretty wasted at concerts.
Yeah.
So I'm really sorry. I mean, you seem really sweet, and it sucks that I can't remember anything.
Hey, Rebecca, what have you been up to these past 8 years? You single now? You got a husband, wife?
Yeah, I'm single.
Awesome.
I mean, I guess in the past 8 years a lot has happened, but I'm single now.
Well, then I need to ask you if you'll go on a second date with Eric. Eric, would you like to go out with Rebecca again?
Absolutely, yeah.
Rebecca will pay for a second date if you'll go out with him again.
Oh, do it. He sounds so sweet.
He's a stranger.
Oh, who cares?
He's not a stranger.
That's what dating is. You go out with strangers. It's just part of the game.
He's an old friend from 8 years ago that she doesn't remember at all. But who knows? Why not give it a shot, Rebecca?
You know what? You seem really sweet and cute. Sure, as soon as I find a sitter, I'd love to go out with you.
What?
As soon as you find a sitter?
Yeah, I have a couple kids.
It's been 8 years.
I guess it has been a while.
I mean...
Well, I guess I should ask again. Eric, do you want to go out with Rebecca still?
You better say yes, Eric, else you're going to look like the biggest douche ever.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
That does not sound like
Awesome. Well, successful second date.
You didn't say yes just because you're on the radio, right?
No.
You can hear it.
Yeah, Eric, if you've been
my
thinking about her
gosh.
for this long, who cares if she's got like 8 kids?
One per year.
I'll go out with her, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right.
I don't know what to believe.
Well, we'll send you guys out on a second date. Rebecca, thank you for your time.
Thanks. I look forward to meeting you again, Eric.
Awesome. And we don't really have many details about that night. Both of them, it's kind of cloudy for both of them. So who knows? Maybe he could be the father of one of those kids.
No. That did not happen. No.
I'm okay.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you're like a gold digger dating a 92-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Oh, I hope that's true.
You're into old
No. The guy, I went on a date with a guy who volunteered there.
Oh, he's
okay.
a good person.
How'd you meet him?
Well, okay, we met on an app, and he was funny, and we got along. Like he plays a bunch of team sports, like he does a bunch of like those kind of leagues, and I do too, and it's fun. So we kind of talked about that stuff, and
Okay.
we think we may have played each other before.
That's
So
awesome.
it's kind of funny.
Okay.
So how did he strike up the idea to go on a date at the retirement home?
Well, that wasn't it. He was like, "Let's meet up," and he just said a street corner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's scary. You meet a dude on an app and he's like, just meet me at the corner of whatever and whatever.
I mean, pretty much, but I didn't read it like that,
Oh, okay.
like when he texted us, so it didn't sound creepy at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he wanted to surprise me, and I was up for it. So
Yeah, because surprises can be fun.
yeah,
They can also be scary.
Yeah.
Either one.
Remember
But this
that.
turned out to be a fun surprise, huh?
yeah. So we first met up, and we walked for a bit, and then he just said, "I'm going to bring you somewhere." So I was like, "Okay," And I thought, well, we're going to a restaurant or something, and instead, that's when he took me to a retirement home, and I was like, "Oh,
What?
okay." Yeah, he said he volunteers there sometimes, and then I was like skeptical, like that this was going to be fun at all. Like I just thought it was going to be lame.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah.
and he's going to try to teach me something or whatever, and like a life lesson.
Oh my
Help
god!
me change
But did he
diapers.
know all the was he friends with all the old people in there?
Yes, yeah, it turned out to be sort of cool. Like,
Okay, so he's there all
I
the
would-
time.
I would fall instantly in love with him.
Really?
Oh my god! Old people are so cute, and like
They're cute, but the smell.
someone
Yeah.
who volunteers and
They're cute when they're
befriends them-
contained.
Oh, you guys!
When they're contained, when they're not like out walking in your way or screwing up
No.
airport lines,
I feel
things
like
like that.
they
Yeah, if
feel
you
like
keep
little-
them in a confined space, old people can be very,
You guys are awful.
very nice. So, did you enjoy the retirement home?
yeah, I mean, my grandfather passed away pretty recently, and it kind of reminded me of him, and that was cute, and I don't know. And he was sweet. Like, Corey was sweet. He was nice to them. They really got him, and we ate dinner with them. Like, it was a wholesome time. Like, we played card games. It was all, like, but we had one kind of awkward moment, and it was, like, this woman who lives there. She was like, "Are you boyfriend and girlfriend?" And we sort of said, "No, this is kind of our first date." And she was like, "Well, you should kiss." So
Yeah,
What?
Granny.
Whoa.
Yeah, she wanted some action.
They're
Yeah.
feisty
No,
over
they are
there.
fighting. You've heard about the STD reports
Yeah,
at these
they
senior
have
citizens' homes. They're
lot
there for
there.
a reason.
Apparently, you got a watcher in
Yeah.
that retirement home. So, did you guys make out in front of him?
no, I mean, it was just sort of this awkward peck on the cheek,
Oh, cute.
And then the lady, she clapped.
Oh, that is kind of
That's really sweet. Why was that awkward, though?
It was just like, like, are you boyfriend and girl? It was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't
can see
know.
that part.
And you've never
Yeah.
kissed, and it's like, kiss each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then being forced to kiss with old peering eyes
Yeah.
looking at you.
So was that the most uncomfortable moment of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then when we were leaving, he walked me back to my car, and he kissed me for real.
Aw.
Cool.
Oh.
And that old lady popped up from the car seat in the back and was like, "Yeah, good job."
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I was hoping you'd really get after it.
Yeah.
Take off his shirt.
No.
No, she says no. How was the kiss?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing, but it was just really nice. It was like first date kiss.
Okay.
Got it.
But now it's been a week, and he's like, we're texting here and there, but he's not asking me out again.
Okay, and if you tried to like hint, or have you asked him out?
No, but it just feels kind of like I've been here before. Like, when you're on these apps, like you go out like it's your job, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, and I can tell that he's not really in any hurry to go out again. Like something's off, and I don't know what that is. So that's why I wanted you guys to help me find out like what's up.
And you were kind and excited about all the old people, right? Because maybe this is like some sort of test that he does with women to see.
Well, it could be, but at the same time, like it was just so nice. Like we just kind of hung out and played cards and like talked about stuff, and it was just really.
It was easy.
Yeah. There wasn't any like in the back of my mind. Now I'm thinking, was that a test? I don't know, but I don't think so. It just didn't. It seemed like it was just like this is something that's important to him.
But
Okay.
you were
Okay.
good with the old folks. You didn't try to like fight one of them.
No.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us, Kara is on the phone, and Kara told us all about her first date with a dude named Corey. They spent it in heaven's waiting room.
Oh my gosh! Don't say it like
Well,
that.
I mean, that's a nice thing.
Otherwise,
Take a number.
known as a rest home.
Yeah.
Because Corey, I guess, the dude that she went out with, volunteers at that rest home, and he wanted to take her on a date there so they could spend time with some of the people that live there, and they just hung out, had dinner, played cards, and she said it was actually a lot of fun. And Kara, I don't want you to blow this. I want you to get a second date. I really do.
Okay.
Why are you so invested?
Well, because, Kara, you have an opportunity here that I don't think you realize, all right? Retirement homes are really a great opportunity if you can get in, because you can steal a lot of stuff from those people. Yeah, they, like jewelry and stuff, they don't even know what they have. Like, you can really, and once you're on the inside, it's hard to get in there. Now that you're on the inside, this could be a great opportunity, not only for love, but also to acquire some awesome jewelry.
You are sick.
Okay.
What are they gonna do? Chase after you?
Oh my
Nope.
God.
No,
You
they're
guys
not.
are awful. I mean, I thought at least you were going to say you're going to try to get in on somebody's will, not just up and steal from them when they're still alive.
I got a buddy who works on one. He sells bedpans wholesale. Makes a ton of cash. So it's a great financial opportunity for you as well, Kara.
Good tip. Good tip. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any last words before we call Corey and see why he isn't calling you back for a second date?
This one felt like a little different. Like it was like we had chemistry. It felt like it was going in the way that we'd like go out again at least. But it's just been fading, and I don't know why. And
Okay. So you like this guy, and you definitely felt potential.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Corey, please?
Speaking. Who's this?
Corey, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. How you doing today, sir?
What? Why that?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey.
I'm okay. Why are you guys calling me?
Well, because we got an email about you from one of our listeners, and they just said we had to call Corey and talk to him. I don't know why I said it like that either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you guys might have like the wrong person.
Well, I have a phone number here with this number that I just called, and it says their name is Corey, and it says that they volunteer at a retirement home from time to time.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're old folks Corey.
That's what they call him.
I guess.
I don't think Corey's finding
I don't
any of
think
this
so.
very amusing.
Sorry, he's probably confused.
Corey,
Yeah.
we're calling because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So we got an email from Kara, who you went on a date with to that retirement home.
Right.
Right. And Kara wants to know why you haven't asked her out on a second date yet.
She says that like she can sense that you're like falling off.
Well, to be honest, I think like if I was to go out with her, it would be more casual than a relationship. I don't know if she's like exactly the right girl for me.
She's got a friend
So wait,
vibe,
is it like you're not looking for a relationship or it's her?
Well, I am because I am single, but at the same time, like, gosh, how do I say this? Just the ladies at the old folks home, I volunteer there a lot, and they're like a big part of my life. They just don't think that she was right for me.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
So they're hating.
They're blocking her?
They just noticed a few things, and they just didn't think that it was in my best interest or that it would work out. Like, over the years, I've been volunteering there a lot, and it's kind of like having numerous grandparents, like, looking out for you and
No,
giving
wait,
you
hold up.
advice. And
What specifics did they give the old ladies on why she isn't right for you?
some of the stuff they said was, like, her outfit. It might have been a little inappropriate.
All right, Judgy Betty's.
Her outfit?
And did you tell them that she didn't know she was going to a retirement home? She probably would have dressed differently if she knew that that was what was on the agenda.
I did, but...
What was she wearing? Like a
Yeah,
skirt?
seriously.
She was wearing a skirt and, like, had her midriff showing a little bit, you know?
Okay, so she's just kind of sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she dressed like for a first date, you guys. Like,
They kind of didn't like that her skirt was so low and that her belly button was showing. I can kind of see that, you know?
yeah, because not
Okay.
everybody has a belly button in the world.
You mean
but
they don't dress
whatever.
like that in a retirement home? That's
Yeah.
how I pictured it.
I mean, everybody has a belly button, but you don't go around flashing it, you know?
Okay. Besides that, did they name other things?
Well, now, these are their words, not mine. But remember their words. They said the makeup was too hookery.
What?
Hookery.
Who are these judgy old women? Okay.
Sounds just like old women to me. Doesn't I'd take the judgy off it. That sounds like how they would talk, I think.
That is not.
She's
no.
hookery.
Why did you not defend her or stand up for her?
I'm just saying these old ladies, they give me good advice, you know, and I can't have them disgusted by my significant other, or like the girl that I'm in a
Disgusted?
relationship with.
Now we've moved on
So-
to disgusted?
You said earlier it's like you have a bunch of grandparents, so if you date her seriously, you feel like you'd be letting down your grandmas, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like you really need to school them in how a woman's dress does not indicate whether or not she sleeps around.
I mean, like, you've been around old people. It's hard to change their minds. And also, who am I to argue with them? Like, they have so much experience, you know? Like,
Yeah, who knows how many hookers they've been with? Probably a lot, you know? You have no idea. They might be very schooled in that. Well, guess what, Corey? You know who might find this information interesting? Kara, and she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Are you still there, Kara?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you pissed, Kara? I'm pissed for you.
Well, first of all, this was a surprise. You said the date was a surprise. So I'm thinking we're going to a bar. And, like, it's like, you know my pictures. You know what I look like. You didn't think that maybe it would be a good idea to let me know, like, I don't know, like, dress like you would if we were going to church. Of course, that would have been an interesting, like, text back and forth.
Yeah, that would have been you probably wouldn't have gone on that date.
Okay, I think you need to calm down a little bit, all right? Just calm down.
Calm down? Hookers don't calm down.
Those weren't even my words. Those were their words. I'm just explaining what had happened.
Also, like, my outfit wasn't a big, like, it was a skirt and, like, midriff, like, kind of shows, but not really. Like, it wasn't even, I mean, you've seen my pictures. Like, there's crazier looks than what I had on that day. So,
So she could be way more hookery if she wanted.
well, yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying you did dress a little provocatively, and they kind of picked up on that, and I have to kind of go with that because they're conservative, a little bit like me, you know? So
Conservative like you. Okay. So they think you're, like, pure as the driven snow, right? Is that the thing? Like, what if I told them that we had phone sex? And what if I told them all the filthy things you said on the phone?
Oh, whoa. Hey, Corey.
Would they think that you're conservative now?
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, what would the
aren't
gals
you?
down at the retirement home do with that knowledge?
Somebody's a little two-faced.
well, that was something that was private within us. That wasn't out in the public. We're not going out like that.
Okay. So it's cool for you. Can I say this stuff on the radio? I probably shouldn't. You know, I'm not going to.
Go for it. We can
Like,
beep out
yeah.
whatever you
Look,
say.
I'm going to say I would appreciate if you didn't tell everybody what I said because that was private and that was between you and me. I thought we had like a moment, you know, not to be
A
shared
secret,
with the whole world.
dirty moment. Yeah, no, I'm gonna because if I'm hookery, then obviously I bring that out in you because you couldn't keep from talking about the size of your and what you were gonna do with it. So,
Again, that was private between you and I, like a moment.
Yeah, but now I want to know, what are you going to do with it?
How big is it, bro?
Yeah.
They want to compare notes.
Look, I'm just saying, the ladies, maybe they do have a point because look at this. This is the type of behavior that they're talking about, you know?
Oh, okay.
Again, she's the hookery one here.
this is so ridiculous. Like, do you know what year it is? Do you have
You're
any
talking
idea?
about private things like out on the radio in front of millions of people.
You called me a hooker on the radio, so
I didn't call you that, and I did not ever say that because that's not what I feel.
His old gal pals did.
right.
Hey, Kara?
I was being completely honest.
Part
about
of his
they said.
mahjong group.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the question
wow.
anyway. Corey, would you go on a second date with Kara? We'll pay for it.
You know what? I don't think that would be the best idea.
Yeah. I think all of this is not working out like how anybody planned.
That's fine. You're a nice guy. Like, I wish you could time travel to go find someone for you. So,
Sweetheart, you're on
Yeah.
the phone on the radio trying to get a hold of me, so maybe you should time travel and go back.
Wait, sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
Like the radio show?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're actually familiar with the show.
Yeah, I've heard of the show. I don't listen to it.
Hey, you don't need to listen to it. Don't worry about it. The fact that you even knew our names is enough.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Gia.
Like, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually emailed us about you.
Okay.
His name is Nick, and Nick recently asked you
Nick?
out. Yeah, Nick.
Oh my God.
Oh, you remember
Okay,
Nick.
so
Nick is ringing a bell, it sounds like.
Oh God. Really?
yes, Nick wanted us to call you
Uh-huh.
because he says you guys went out on a date the other day, and now you're not calling him back.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the nicest things to say about you, though. He told us
Really?
that you were so talented. He loved your name. You were beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that's why he asked us to call you, because he wants to know why you're not getting back to him.
Are you sure we're talking about the same Nick?
Yeah, I think so. He said that he met you when you were working at the restaurant singing. He came up and asked you out. He does feel like he sort of slammed your job at some point, and he feels bad about that.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
Well, we talked to Nick about your date, and we asked him if there's anything that could have gone wrong, and he said he was trying to compliment you and say, like, man, you're a really good singer. Do you ever want to get, like, what's your biggest aspiration? And the way he said it, I guess, was, hey, do you ever think you want a real singing job? Because you sing at a restaurant.
Yeah. It was actually pretty offensive. I mean, I don't know that he meant it to be offensive, but it's definitely not the right thing to say ever.
Yeah. Is that why you don't want to see him again?
Pretty much. I mean, it just seems like he didn't like me a whole lot.
Really?
He didn't like you. I mean,
Wow.
just from one comment that you took the wrong way? Well, sorry. I don't want to put that on you. I don't want to put that on you. He said it the wrong way.
Yes.
You took it how he said it.
I assumed that he meant what he said, but there was more than one comment. He kept doing that.
What else did he say?
I mean, it was just like he says, you're really good at what you're singing, but, you know, maybe you should try doing cooler music. Like, maybe that's why you're not successful.
Cooler.
Why
Singing
you're
music
not?
no one wants to hear.
Oh.
Wow, that sounds like straight up rude to me.
He said you weren't successful.
Cooler music.
And
Exactly.
I'm guessing you didn't ask for his critique either, that he was just offering this to you.
No, I didn't ask for his critique, and I like singing classical music.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm good at.
Yeah. Apparently, Nick doesn't think it's cool enough, though.
Yeah.
And apparently he doesn't like everything about the way I look. Like, he told me he's not usually into green-eyed girls, but somehow he can dig it with me or something like that.
Whoa, dude.
Like, I get a pass for having green eyes.
Oh, my
Thank you very much.
God.
And that was him trying to say you have beautiful eyes, maybe?
That's not what it sounded like.
Oh my God! No wonder. What did you ever bring up to him the fact that he was just insulting you over and over again?
I mean, what was I supposed to say? I tried to assume he was trying to compliment me, but it still sounded really insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be around a dude like that all the time.
It was an exhausting night. I mean, even if he's trying to be nice, I have to sit there and smile like I'm having fun while he's hurling insults at me.
Hey, Gia, it's me, Nick. I need to talk to you.
Nick, you're supposed to wait.
I'm sorry. I can't wait. I got to talk to her now.
Gia, Nick's on the phone and wants to talk to you. Sorry I didn't tell you that before.
Are you kidding me right now?
Sorry.
No.
No, they're not kidding you, Gia. And I'm sorry, but I mean, I have to talk to you.
Why?
I just look. I wasn't trying to insult you. You know, it just came out wrong. And I think you're just talented and gorgeous, and you know, I mean, you're an amazing singer. And all I meant was, you know, did you want to maybe, take this on the road or go do this like a profession instead of being, you know, like a lounge
A
singer?
profession.
You just,
A lounge singer? You just did it again, right there. A profession.
Well, what?
You think I'm not doing this as a profession right now? You think my job is just a hobby, but I'm not a professional?
No, I mean, I didn't. Okay, that came out wrong, but you know, I mean,
Yeah.
Look, I mean,
It did.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, I'm thinking, you know, you have the talent to become, I don't know, like a huge, like Adele or, you know, some huge touring singer that plays stadiums. That's kind of what I meant. I mean, I meant it as a compliment. And, you know, if you just commit yourself to doing that, I seriously think you can make it, you know?
Make it. Like, I'm not serious unless I achieve, you know, like a national tour. That's your measure of success.
Right?
No. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, are you happy?
Nick, you gotta.
Nick,
you're
stop,
doing a terrible job here, man.
I mean, you're basically saying, like, for instance, you can't be a scientist unless you're Stephen Hawking. Like, there's all sorts of people that do professions. You need to respect what she's doing, man.
I do respect her. I think she's amazing. I'm trying to tell her she's awesome, and I don't think she's hearing that.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not hearing that, because what you're actually telling me is that I'm not doing it right, that I haven't succeeded yet.
Okay, all right. If you're happy, singing in the restaurant, and is that what you want to? That's how far you want to take your singing career. Is that right?
That's
you don't want to go any further than that.
Like, are you accusing me of giving up because I sing in a restaurant?
Right?
No. I'm just saying, have you taken your talent, which is amazing, as far as you want to go?
As far. So we're still talking about distances. Like, I haven't gone far enough.
No, Jubal, could you tell her what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say, right?
I think I know what you're trying to say, and you're trying to say that you think that she's an amazing singer, and if she wanted to, she could take over the world with her voice.
And you've got to understand, Nick, on her side, like, she wants to be dating someone who's proud of what she does.
I am proud. I'd give anything to be able to sing like that. I mean, I'd give anything to have that sort of talent that she has. She's amazing.
There you go. That was nice. What do you think about that, Gia?
We've made so much improvement.
Yeah, that sounded really nice. And it only took, what was this, 5 minutes and 3 coaches to get you to an actual compliment.
A little bit of coaching and we got you there, Nick.
Oh, well, thank you, I guess. I guess you can finally hear what I'm saying, right?
Oh, boy.
A little shot there.
I'm gonna try to put you out of your misery, Nick.
Dang.
Gia, would you like to go out with Nick one more time for a second date? We will pay for it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Figured.
This is just too tiring to have to sit through an entire evening of wading through this without someone to mediate and translate. I can't. I just don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
What if I came along and helped translate, Nick?
No.
Would you like that idea?
I don't think so. No.
No?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. Thanks. Thanks, Gia. I appreciate it. And I think one day you're going to be a great singer. And
You did it again.
God, this is hopeless.
She's already great.
Hello.
Hi. Can I speak to Tommy?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Tommy. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hey, how's it going?
God, Robert, that's got to be the worst feeling.
Yeah, very confusing.
Let's talk about the girl you want to call first. What's her name?
Melissa.
Melissa. And where did you meet her?
We met off Tinder, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not as shocking that she ditched you in the middle, because you just never know what you're going to get with Tinder, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Tinder, but when we actually had the date, it went really well. We had a great time.
It sounds like it went great.
So good she ran.
Yeah, maybe it was too much fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun up to the point where I couldn't find her.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do?
Well, I thought it'd be a really great idea that we go to like one of those family activity centers, the mini golf and batting cages.
That's always nice, because especially when you don't know someone, there's at least the common ground of you're doing an activity together.
Did you win her a prize?
No, we didn't make it to the arcade.
That's probably why she left.
That's it. Because what girl doesn't want to go home with a 4-foot-tall giraffe?
See? Brooke knows. So what'd you guys do there? Was it all fun, or were there awkward moments where you think it might have caused her to leave?
It was all fun. I mean, we started off with mini golf because I thought that was like a good way to bring in the conversation, and then batting cages. We had a great time with that.
Nice. You impress her with how hard you can hit a ball.
She was actually the athlete, so she could actually hit the ball further than I could.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe that's why she left. She's like, dude, I can't be with this guy.
This guy
Can't even hit a baseball.
God, you do understand women, don't you, Jubal?
Yep.
I hope that wasn't the case, but she eventually ditched me. So
Could be.
I'm dying to know how she ditched you at a family fun center.
Yeah.
All right. Well, think of the perfect place, and I'll tell you if you're right or not.
Bathroom?
No, laser tag.
How did you guess that?
Wait, did I really guess it?
Is that it?
Is that
I guessed it,
is that
right?
really actually it?
Yeah, laser tag.
Good.
Oh, nice.
I should ditch more people. I'm good at this.
Yeah, we played laser tag, and we were on the same team, and like we were right next to each other the whole time. She was doing great, and we were like kind of go on these little side missions and stuff like that. And eventually, I got tagged out, and I had to go back to like a recharge center, and then I kind of lost track of her.
Yeah.
And then the game was over. The kids won.
The kids always win in those things.
And so, like, I go out there to turn in our equipment, and she's not out there. And I'm like, well, she must not know the game's over. So I go back in, and I couldn't find her. And so I go back out, and I asked the attendant. He didn't know what was going on.
God, you left your fallen comrade on the battlefield.
No, she left me behind.
Yeah.
I was the fallen one.
Did you look around the whole place for her?
Yeah, I looked everywhere, and then I texted her, and no response. I didn't get anything from her. And so I called her, and it went straight to voicemail. Eventually, like, I had to just leave, and I was really confused.
Yeah.
I thought, we were going to continue the night, and I didn't know what to do.
Weird.
I just picture you wandering through the family fun center like, where's Melissa? Has anybody seen a Melissa?
It was probably the sorriest sight there.
Most people thought Melissa was probably a 6-year-old,
Yeah.
but it turns out she was a grown adult that had gone missing.
You lost your date at the family fun center.
Man.
Yeah.
That is so weird. And you haven't heard anything from her at all.
Not a peep, nothing.
Weird.
Have you tried to call her again?
I tried to call her like a day later, and then I started to kind of catch on that it was like she's just obviously ignoring me. But I'm so confused. Like, I want to know at what point she decided to like just ditch me, and like what went wrong, like what I could do, what I did. I'm so confused.
It sounds like it. I would be confused too, because from what you've told us, everything sounded like a normal date.
Is anyone else worried about the safety of this woman?
Yeah,
like she was
kinda.
taken away by a gang of children or something. Like that just seems so weird to just disappear in the middle of a game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it for a long time, and like you said, if you're going to ditch someone at a family fun center, it's going to be at laser tag. So she must have been planning it for a long time.
You know what I think might have happened, Robert?
What?
And this actually happened to a friend of mine during like a laser tag type thing. She may have gotten sucked into the game.
What?
Oh,
They made a movie about it and everything.
No.
Yeah, Buddy Tron.
No.
Or was that was just a
so
movie?
then I have to go in there and save her.
It's not
Yeah,
a documentary.
you have to go. Oh no, it's not a documentary.
No.
Oh, never mind then. That's a made-up movie. That wouldn't be able to happen. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. Okay?
Awesome.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I don't know how many nights I've woken up in a cold sweat from the tragedy that I've seen on the laser battlefield. Can happen any moment. Just be walking down the street and see a stoplight change too fast, and it brings me right back to that place. Jim! Jim, turn around! At 12 o'clock, there's a sugared up 7-year-old right behind you, Jim! No! Oh, why couldn't Jim just turn around?
No.
Why couldn't he just listen to me? It's all my fault! I'm sorry, Jim. And on the phone today
Oh man.
is another comrade that has lost a loved one in the laser battle zone. I'm talking about Robert.
Oh no.
Robert, I'm sorry to get too real on you there, man.
No, that's the story of my life, man.
But
Yeah, he's having flashbacks right now.
don't worry, we'll see if we can track down the person who you lost playing laser battle. If you're just joining us, Robert is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Melissa. She actually ditched him on their first date. They went to one of those family fun center type of places. They were playing laser tag, and then when they were done playing, she was gone, and he hasn't been able to get a hold of her. So we're going to try to get her on the phone and see if we can find out why she ditched him. You ready?
I'm not sure you guys are going to reach her. She's not answering my calls. I called a bunch.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot and see if she picks up our phone, okay? Here we go, man. I'm going to dial her phone number right now.
Hello?
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I was looking for Melissa.
Wait, what? Who is this?
My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. Is this Melissa?
Yeah,
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
What can I help you with?
Well, I'm actually calling you today because one of our listeners sent us an email hoping that we could track you down.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So we got an email from a guy who went on a date with you. His name is Robert.
Robert?
Yes, Robert. He said that you ditched him in the middle of it, and he's been trying to get a hold of you.
Come on.
Do you have a minute to tell us what happened and why you would leave Robert in the middle of your first date?
Oh, do I have to?
Yes, you
I'd appreciate
ditched, I
it.
mean, you ditched a guy in the middle of your first date. You at least owe him that. That is so rude.
Wait a second. You obviously do not know the story. I did not do anything wrong.
Okay. He swears that your date was amazing, and there was no reason that you should have left him there.
Yeah. Okay, it was fun until it wasn't fun anymore.
Okay, that's usually how
happens
they
a
go.
lot.
Yeah.
So take us through the date then. When did it not become fun?
Oh, so we were playing laser tag.
Okay.
I'm assuming you know about this.
Yeah, we know that you left him in the middle of laser tag.
Oh, it's not exactly how it happened.
Can you tell us how it happened from your side of the story?
Yeah, fine, I guess. Fine. We were playing laser tag, and it was fun, and Rob got super competitive. He was, like, charging these 8-year-olds down.
As one should when they're playing laser tag. I mean, you're in it to win it, right?
Right, I guess that's kind of the point. But he, like, went on this mission to go after this one kid, and he got really into it, and he, like, whipped around this corner, and he back-ended my face with his gun.
Whoa!
Oh.
Okay, but
Okay, so he accidentally hit you.
No, he hit me with the gun. There's, like, no way he didn't know he hit me with the gun.
I doubt it doesn't sound like he pistol whipped you. It sounds like it when it's an accident.
No, well, it may have been an accident, but he was being, like, an idiot. And, like, clearly, like, the mission of getting this 8-year-old was more important to him than making sure my face was okay.
So why didn't you say something like, ow, that hurt, watch where you're going?
I did say ow, but they're also, like, playing that ridiculous music, and there's blood streaming down my face.
You were bleeding?
And I was a mess. I was bleeding.
Wow. All right, he did hit you hard then.
Wow.
Yeah, he hit me in the face and he broke my nose.
What? Wait,
Whoa.
your nose is broken right now?
Why do you think I sound like this?
I
just
didn't
thought
notice.
you were nasally.
Yeah, I didn't want to assume anything.
No, he broke my freaking nose.
Wow.
I was bleeding all down my face and I was embarrassed. It's like a first date and there's blood all over my face and I went to the bathroom and I didn't know what to do and so I called an Uber and I went to the hospital.
I know that's really bad, but I just can't imagine this guy not feeling horrible if he actually knew that he did that.
I mean, I didn't even care about the date anymore. He was just being a reckless jerk. And then, like, I just thought my nose was hurt, and I get to the hospital, and then they're like, it's broken.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
If anything,
I had surgery.
What? You had to have surgery, too?
They had to fix it surgically. I've been out of work.
Oh my God.
Wow.
If
All right.
anything, I'd be hitting him up for hospital
Yeah,
bills. That is
seriously.
intense.
Melissa, I am so sorry.
Wait, who is that?
That's Robert, Melissa. He's actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
On the phone?
Yeah.
You put him on the... This is ridiculous.
I am so sorry.
I'm recovering from surgery. Why are you on the phone? Just leave me alone.
I had no idea. I just wanted to know what happened. I had no idea.
I broke my nose and I ruined my favorite shirt, dude.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I tried calling you. I tried finding out what happened, and you didn't tell me what happened. I mean, obviously,
I had to take myself to the hospital. I couldn't answer the phone because I was taking myself to the hospital and getting my mother on the phone to meet me there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you would have told me, I would have taken you to the hospital. I had no idea. You know, I would have taken.
Robert, you were the last person I wanted to see with my face all bloody. It was in my best interest to get as far away from you as possible.
But it was an accident. I would have taken you to the hospital. I would have paid for all your bills. I would have taken care of it.
What did you think you hit with the gun? When you felt your gun hit something, what did you think your gun hit? You didn't even look behind you. You were charging ahead at that redhead kid.
You was being a brat.
Really,
Oh my
Melissa?
gosh, Robert.
I think the person to blame is that redhead kid.
Take him down.
Honestly.
I mean, listen, I'll do anything to make this right. I had a great time. I know you did right up until that point. If you would have told me, I would have been able to do something. And I want to do something now. If you have any bills, I'll take care of those bills for you.
Whoa.
Like,
I
you don't have to work.
I'm fine. I do not need you. Fine.
I don't need. I think she said I don't need you,
Yeah.
but I'm not quite sure that that's what you said. Is that right, Melissa?
I do not need you. I can't. I'm sorry. There is packing material in my nose.
Oh,
I feel absolutely terrible. There's no way I could feel great about what happened. I screwed it up. I get it, but I want to make it right. If I can do that in any way, I would. I will.
Melissa, you should. He really didn't mean to do it. I know you're upset and you're hurt and you had to have surgery, but it was truly an accident.
Sounds like it.
I don't know. It sounds to me like he did it on purpose. Sounds to me like, Melissa, it was malicious. That's what he does. He takes girls out and then breaks their noses playing laser tag. He's a monster.
Bam!
Yeah, all those monsters that take you to the family fun center.
I don't really know what to think right now. My nose is aching, and I'm on painkillers, and you guys are calling me.
Melissa, I think that you should probably give Robert another shot. He sounds very apologetic.
Yeah.
It's obvious that he didn't mean to do that. Maybe he got a little too competitive, trying to go after that stupid redheaded kid. But anytime you're playing laser tag with those kids, it gets frustrating. And I guarantee he didn't know what he was doing. Would you like to go out with him again on a second date? Once you get better, we will pay for it.
Why would you pay for the date? Robert's already offered to pay for my medical bills.
Okay, well then Robert would pay for it then. But would you go out with him one more time?
I'll do anything to make this right, to do it again.
You can go and get me some takeout, and we can start there, and you can leave it at my door, and when I've successfully gotten the takeout into my door, then you will back 3 steps away from the door, and then I will consider letting you in if you've done all that safely. But I will not ever go to a family fun center with you again, because there was nothing fun about any of this.
Well, there you go.
God, Melissa, you
Robert,
are so cute.
Would you be willing to bring Melissa some takeout food and start working your way back into her good graces?
No plastic utensils, no knives or anything.
We'll make it completely safe, Melissa.
I'm in. Whatever you want. I'll get you takeout, finger food only. I'll start there. What's your favorite restaurant?
Oh.
I like Indian food.
I will find the best Indian food restaurant in the city, and I will bring it to you.
Well, I'm kind of hungry, and my mom had to go to work.
Sweetie.
I think Melissa is so high on pain pills right now.
I feel so bad for her.
Robert, congratulations. You sort of have a second date.
With an almost sober person.
It works for me. That sounds great.
And Melissa, get better soon, all right?
Oh, this is fine.
Bye, Melissa.
It is fine, Melissa. Go to bed and coordinate with Robert to get yourself some food. Have a good one.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
All right, you just heard the second date update from several months ago featuring Robert and Melissa, where Melissa mysteriously disappeared in the middle of a laser tag date, and Robert had no idea why, so he wanted us to call her, and we called her and found out that he accidentally hit her in the face with his laser gun and broke her nose. And so the reason she left was she had to go to the hospital. Robert had no clue that he did it, and after talking about it, Melissa wouldn't agree to a second date, but she would at least let Robert bring her some takeout food while she recovered from her broken nose. And now they're both on the phone for a second date update. Robert, Melissa, how you guys doing?
Hi,
Hey, guys.
how are you?
Good. Your nose sounds better.
Oh, it's so much better. Thank you.
So what happened? Are you two officially dating now? Did Robert bring you the food?
Yeah, no, he brought me the food.
Okay.
We had really good Indian. It just so happened when he showed up, it was like perfectly timed when my family was all coming over and taking care of me. So there was a bunch of my family there.
Oh, that's awkward.
So wait, for your second meeting, he met your family?
Yeah, no pressure. He met my whole family on that date.
God, was that weird for you, Robert?
Yeah, having to explain to them what happened and that it was a total accident.
Sorry, sir, I broke your daughter's nose. Good to meet you, though.
Pleasure.
She hates me, but she's really nice.
How was it with them? Were they cool with you, or were they like, oh, that's the guy that broke your nose? Why are you over here?
I mean, by the time I got over there, they had all heard the second date update, all that stuff. So they were kind of giving me a hard time about it, but they were, laughing and chucking it off. They were having a good time with me, and I deserved it, I guess.
Well, that's good.
But you guys didn't start dating out of it, or did you try to date a little bit?
The chemistry wasn't really exactly there. It wasn't really my thing. But he came over to bring the food, and that was like really nice. And we all kind of noticed Robert had some serious chemistry with my sister Jessica.
Wait, what?
Did you try to break her nose too? That's Robert's thing, right?
Yeah, get over here.
Are you
I
serious?
stayed far away from her nose.
Okay.
So wait, Melissa, everyone noticed that Robert was hitting it off with your sister.
Yeah, so I'm a mess, and I'm there broken nose and in bed, and Robert was fine. He was standing there and talking to my sister, and they were definitely flirting and getting things for me together and laughing about it. So they definitely seemed to be hitting it off. My dad was even making jokes about it later.
Really?
Yeah, they, don't break any more of my daughter's noses, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And Robert, I'm guessing since we're doing a second date update, you felt the chemistry too with Melissa's sister?
I mean, I didn't expect that to happen, but it was kind of weird. I mean, Melissa was right there, and I started talking to Jessica. We kind of hit it off.
Whoa.
Wow.
Great chemistry.
So wait, Robert, you're now dating Melissa's sister?
We're dating. It's actually pretty serious.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
And you're cool with that, Melissa?
Yeah, well, he's making it sound like it was all his idea. I'd say it was probably more my idea than anything.
what?
I didn't think it was really going anywhere with me and Robert, and he liked my sister, so might as well make somebody happy out of this whole traumatic, awful date.
Oh my gosh.
So there you go. You got a broken nose, but at least your sister got a new boyfriend.
Right, totally. And so far, her face is intact, so that's good.
And here's the perk. She loves laser tag.
She still agreed to go to laser tag with you after you broke her sister's nose on accident.
We absolutely.
Hi, I was looking for Denise.
This is she.
Hey, Denise, how are you?
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. I've heard of it.
Sweet.
Awesome. We're taking a survey today.
Mhm. Cool, we'll check that down. Any idea why I'm calling you?
No.
You recently went out with a guy named Kevin.
How would you know that?
I know that because Kevin actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date.
What?
And then asked if we could call you to find out why you don't want to go out with him again.
Really? He wrote into you guys.
Yeah, he emailed us. It's a segment we do on our show. We do it all the time. It's called a second date update.
There are a lot of reasons why I don't want to go out with him again.
Really? A lot of reasons?
I want to hear at least a couple.
Let's start with the beginning. He said that he thought you might not be calling him back because his car was like in the shop and you had to come pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. Like, I have a car. It was fine. I understand when people get in, like, accidents. Like, obviously, he didn't plan for that. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not, like, a thing that happens all the time, because then that's, like, a whole nother issue.
Right.
But what else did he tell you about the date?
He said that you guys had dinner, shared dessert, and then you drove him back to his place.
Yeah.
And he tried to get a kiss, and you were just like, nope.
No way.
No way.
See, and I thought that was mixed signals because you ordered dessert, which usually indicates you're having a good time and you want it to last longer.
No, I just like dessert.
Oh, okay. So you can sacrifice hanging out with a dude you're not that into for some chocolate. I get that.
All right, so he wasn't so terrible that you couldn't eat dessert with him, is what you're saying.
I could handle a couple more minutes.
Okay. So what didn't you like about him then?
It all sort of started when I picked him up. I was okay with picking him up, but when he got in the car, you know, I could just tell that he was really frazzled. And I get it. He was just in a car accident, calling his insurance. Like, I totally am a human, and I understand that, like, that's really stressful. But when he got in the car, he said he was tired, and I was like, do you want me to take you home? But he just said no, and he just asked if we drove to the restaurant in silence because he was just going to take a little micro nap.
Are you
Take
serious?
a nap?
He slept in the car while you drove to the restaurant?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's when, like, fine, turn on the radio, like, let him zone out. Oh, my God. Totally get that. Then he actually closed his eyes, said, like, thanks, like, we'll catch up when we get to the restaurant.
Shut up. I did not. What was going through your head when you're driving in the car with this sleeping stranger sitting next to you?
It was, like, just really bizarre.
Did he ever address it? Like, apologize? Like, hey, I'm sorry that I took a nap.
No. In fact, when we got to the restaurant, I put the car in park, and he just snapped right awake. And it was like, oh, here we are. And, I mean, it was so weird. Like, he just was like this brand new, refreshed person after this 10-minute car ride and this little nap that he took.
That's all the guy needed was a nap.
Yeah,
See? A little power nap, and then you're good.
Yeah, I mean, we were having such a good time. Like, really nice, easy conversation. And then we ordered dessert, and right after we ordered, he said, I'm going to take a little nap again.
What?
At the table?
At the table.
Is he? Was he joking with you at that point?
No, so I asked him if he was joking, and he said he wasn't. And before he even finished that sentence, he was curled up in a little ball in the booth in the back of the restaurant.
Oh, my God.
Like, he actually curled up in a ball in the booth?
He laid down.
Pretty much. I mean, he wasn't sucking his thumb, but he was getting very comfortable.
And he wasn't kicked out of the restaurant? I've done that a lot, drunk, and they kick you out.
Yeah, that's
probably because of the drunk part, Jubal.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, not the sleeping part.
How long was he asleep for?
Like 15 minutes.
Wait,
But
so
again, it was like they put the plate on the table, and he just snapped awake and was like ready to have more conversation, and I was just very confused.
So you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he just goes back into talking about whatever you guys left off on?
It was incredible. I have never heard or seen of, you know, this ability to nap anywhere, but it happened on my date, and I don't know.
I know the perfect way to figure it out, Denise.
What's that?
Why don't we just ask him? Because Kevin's actually on the other line listening to this conversation, and he wants to talk to you.
Or sleeping through the conversation. I don't...
What?
Kevin, are you there?
Hi, Denise. Yeah, I'm here.
Wake up, Kevin!
This is not happening.
No, it actually is.
Denise, I didn't think you'd have such a big problem with napping.
You can nap all you want in your room, on a couch, in front of the TV, but, like, on a first date, in a restaurant, in my car.
But they're just micro naps. Like, the date wouldn't have gone so well if I was tired.
What? But I asked, in the beginning, I said we don't have to do this. Like, I totally, like I knew you were stressed out. I could see it.
But we did go on a date. We had a great time on the date. We even had dessert, and I only had 2 naps. So,
So this is all the time. You take naps like that all the time, not when you're just stressed out about a car accident.
they work really well. I'm actually surprised more people don't do it. I don't know why everybody finds it so funny.
Kevin, are you saying that you don't find it strange that you took 2 naps on a first date?
No, it's not strange at all. You're making this out to be a bigger issue than it really is. Look, a lot of people take micro naps throughout the day. A lot of Japanese people take naps throughout the day.
I take naps. Yeah, I get that, but I don't curl up in a restaurant booth with a girl I'm trying to impress while I'm eating dinner with her.
Well, see, okay, that's what you're not getting. I couldn't impress her with such a great date without taking that nap.
You didn't impress me by taking those naps either.
Okay, look, I feel like I'm on trial here for taking a nap, okay?
Kevin, you're not on trial for taking a nap. You're not. You're on trial for taking 2 naps.
Yeah.
On your first date. It is kind of strange.
Look, I've listened to you on the radio, and you are kind of strange, so why is this my problem?
That is very true. Very true.
I'm still confused. Do you have like a sleeping disorder or something, Kevin?
Yeah. It's not a sleeping disorder. You take naps throughout the day. It makes you more productive. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel by taking naps, okay?
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, but I doubt that he took naps while he was on a first date with a girl.
That's true. We don't know much about Michelangelo's dating experience.
You know, I'm sure if he did have a girl that he was dating, that he would have taken micro naps, and they would have had a great date.
I will say, Denise, I mean, despite this odd behavior, which isn't really necessarily bad towards you at all, you had a great time.
When he was awake, yes.
Okay, Denise, what about this? What if I can promise you that Kevin stays awake and you guys go out on a second date? We will pay for it.
Are you going to come with us?
No, I don't want to be around Kevin.
Okay.
But we will pay for a second date if you'll go out with him again. Kevin, can you stay awake?
Yes, or we could take a napping date together.
Oh, there you go.
A little cuddle time.
That's an attractive offer, but I think I like to go on dates where people stay awake the whole time and we don't have to worry about someone falling asleep. So I'm okay.
I think you should take a micro nap and make that decision again.
I'm okay. I'm okay with my sleep schedule. I'm like a grown woman who stays awake.
Are you sure, Denise? Denise, we could wait for like 10 minutes while you take a nap and sleep on it.
Please, would you mind? Just so everyone knows what that feels like. I'm good.
All right. Well, Denise, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm sorry we couldn't get you a second date.
It was worth a try.
Or maybe warn people about your micro naps. Let them know what you're doing first.
Or just learn how to stay awake for a 4-hour span. I don't know.
You know, you guys are really missing out here. These micro naps are the way of the future. If you want to be productive, if you want to, bring your ratings up, you should probably try some micro naps.
Hey, we'll try anything at this point. So,
Hello?
hi, is this Kristen?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So you actually took the risk and met somebody in person while you were at a party, huh? Tell us about that. That's weird.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that I was going to meet somebody in person at a party. I just, went to a friend's house for a party and got there, and she said, "Hey, I've got this guy you should meet." So just kind of fell in my lap.
And you actually met him and talked to him.
Made eye
Face
contact.
to face, huh?
In the flesh.
Wow, that is crazy. Tell us a little bit about the guy you want to call today.
Well, his name is Travis, and like I said, I was introduced by kind of a friend of a friend, and I am a single mom. I have a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Her dad and I split a couple years ago, so I don't date very often. I mean, I guess I've really only kind of been back on the market for a little while. So when I met him, I didn't really expect to meet someone, and I didn't expect to like somebody.
You weren't out like trying to find somebody to date. It just happened that you...
No.
Okay.
But as soon as I met him, we clicked. I mean, just instantly, the conversation was really great at the party, and so I knew that there was somebody that I would want to go out with.
Okay, so you guys obviously exchanged numbers and went out. What did you do on your date?
We went to dinner. Pretty typical first date, nothing crazy, but just had a really great conversation. It was never awkward. Sometimes you go on a date and it's just there are those moments where you're just like, oh, God, get me out of here.
Right.
Never felt that way.
And did he seem interested in you? I mean, because you seemed super jacked about this date.
Well, hopefully I didn't seem overly eager. I didn't think that I did. I mean, the date went great. He picked me up, and so when he took me home after the date, asked him if he wanted to come in for a nightcap.
Was your kid at home?
She was asleep.
Okay.
And is he a dad, and he's cool with the child thing?
He knew that I have a daughter.
Yeah.
He's not a dad.
Okay.
But he didn't seem to be uncomfortable with the idea of dating a single mom.
Right. He wasn't shocked when there was a babysitter at your house.
No, he already knew.
Okay. Yeah, that happens sometimes. And what was it like when you guys got back to the house?
It was great. I mean, we had a couple drinks. We were talking. One thing kind of led to another. We kissed.
Nice.
It was really fun, you know.
Did your kid wake up at any point and interrupt you guys?
No, if she did, I didn't see her come downstairs.
All right. Well, that's always kind of awkward, you know what I mean? Like if you're hanging out with somebody who has a kid and like you guys are making out and it's like, hey, I want a popsicle.
Mommy's busy.
Yeah. So you didn't have any of that kind of stuff happen?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. How did you end everything with the guy?
He said that he would like to see me again and said he'd give me a call. And then he didn't.
Okay.
So after a couple of days, I thought, you know what, maybe he's waiting for a sign from me that I'm interested.
Right.
So I texted him and, just said, hey, had fun, would love to see you again. And he responded saying that, sorry, he'd been busy, things had been a little crazy, but that he would also like to go out again. And so we kind of made a plan to touch base and find a time the next week. And that was about 2 weeks ago, almost.
Okay. Yikes. Have you followed up with him?
No, because at this point, I kind of feel like I let him know that I'm interested. And so I guess I'm starting to wonder that maybe he's just not interested. And now I'm doing all the legwork. And,
Everything you've said has been so positive. Maybe he's not looking for a relationship. Did he, indicate that?
I definitely got the impression that he was as interested as I was.
So it's been about 2 weeks. Do you want a second date with this guy, or do you just want to find out why he just stopped talking to you?
Honestly, I think at this point I more just want to know what happened. This isn't I don't date much, and so I just want to know if I did something.
So if we call him, get him on the phone, and he's like, "Oh man, I liked her so much, I've just been busy, and I really want to go out with her." You want me to say, "Hey, go to hell, man." She doesn't want a second date with you. That's what you want me to do?
No, don't do that. But,
right.
I mean, if you wanted to go out again, yes,
Okay.
I would totally go out.
All right, well, I won't screw that up for you then, okay?
Thank you.
All right, well, play a song, come back, call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Nicole is on the phone. She wants us to call a guy named Travis today. They met at a party, agreed to go out, had a great date, went back to her place. She does have a kid. Paid the babysitter. They hung out for a little while, made out. He said that he wanted to go out again, even texted her saying yeah, I'm real busy this week, but we should definitely go out, and then has not talked to her since. So she wants to call him today and find out why. And Nicole, I think I know why this guy isn't calling you back.
Okay, what do you think?
Well, talking to you, okay, you seem very put together, right? You got a kid, but you're still doing okay. Everything seems, you seem like not a train wreck.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. Okay. I feel like he went out with you and he was hoping just for a hookup, and then he's like, oh man, she's actually smart and she knows stuff, and now she's out of my league and I don't want to call her back.
Well, I mean, I guess I could take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
then.
you should. You should. I'm saying that from our normal second date updates that we do, you sound too good. And I think maybe that's the problem. He's like, yeah, she's too good for me, and I don't want to call her back.
Well, I hope that's the reason.
All right. Well, I'm about to dial the phone number right now, get him on the phone, and see if we can find out why, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Can I speak to Travis, please?
Yeah, this is Travis. Who's this?
Hey, Travis, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Fine.
Any idea why I might be calling you?
Honestly, no.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
and you're not calling her back. So she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
What?
I'll say it one more time for you. You recently went out on a date with somebody who listens to our show, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And you're not calling her back now, and she would really like to see you again.
Okay.
But since she can't get a hold of you, she asked us to do it and see if we can find out why you're not calling her back.
Okay.
Her name is Nicole. Do you remember going out with Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys met at a party and hung out back at her place?
Yeah.
Well, according to her, you've said that you want to hang out again, but you've told her that you're busy, and then you just kind of stopped talking to her. Is there any specific reason?
Well, yeah, I'd like to hang out with her again. I just haven't had time.
Okay, so your excuse about being busy, that's true. You really do want to see her again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then why? What?
That's not
all right,
the
so
right
you say
response.
that, but why haven't you contacted her at all?
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. You got me. I didn't call her back.
Okay.
You're right.
Can you tell us why?
Well, she's a mom. She's got a 5-year-old kid, and I'm not ready for anything like that.
Okay. Why'd you agree to go out with her in the first place then?
Well, I thought at first that maybe it could work out, but then, after the date, I realized that there's no way.
So you're saying after the date you realized it. Does that mean that something happened during the date to make you change your mind?
I don't know.
I think you do know, Travis.
It's a long pause.
Look, Travis, this is like something that we do for our listeners. They want to get better at dating, so they ask us to call people and find out why. So if there's anything that you're withholding from us, I'd appreciate it if you could just be honest with us, and then we'll tell her to help her out.
When we were hanging out at her place, it was just weird.
It was weird?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. We talked to her. She said that she paid the babysitter. You guys hung out and made out a little bit. You didn't even have any interaction with her kid because she said you didn't even see the kid.
No, I didn't see the kid, but I knew the kid was just on the other side of that wall.
So just knowing...
There were stuffed animals all over the place and Barbie dolls.
Okay.
Too much for me.
So you were cool with it until you got there and you're like, all right, I know there's a kid here. This just became real, and you didn't want to hang out with her again.
Well, it was more than that. I mean, things started, progressing between us, physically. I just couldn't get it out of my head that the kid was, right there.
So the whole time you're making out with her, you're thinking, all right, this is going to go to the next level. The only thing that's in your head is a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And I tried to put it out of my mind. I tried to play through it, and, I go under her shirt, and then I see her scar, and that was it.
What? So wait,
say that again?
When we were kissing, I lifted up her shirt, and I saw she had a C-section scar.
A C-section scar?
Yeah.
So is this about the kid or about the scar?
That was just a reminder that she has a kid. There's no getting around it.
Okay.
Can I ask, what is it, though, about the kid? I don't get why you're so shocked by all this when you knew about it going in.
I don't want to be in a position where I have to play dad. I don't want to be making out with someone and have a kid walk in. I don't want anything to do with
it. It didn't seem to stop you at the time.
What?
Hi, Nicole here.
Hey, Travis, Nicole's actually on the other line.
Are you kidding me? She's been listening in this whole time?
Sure have. And I think it's interesting that you'll tell these guys, complete strangers, what's going on, but you won't even answer a text for me.
Well, Nicole, they were asking questions. Yes, I answered them, and I didn't answer your text. And what do you think is more uncomfortable?
I guess that's a good point, yeah.
I would think responding to a text is easier than having a conversation. I mean, it's not like I was asking you for an explanation in person. I just sent you a text.
What am I supposed to say to you? Your C-section scar freaked me out?
I don't think you have to go that far, Travis.
You could at least give me the courtesy of saying, hey, listen, this just isn't for me, instead of just, hey, I'd like to see you again, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Why say you want to go out again if you don't?
Hey, listen, this just isn't for me, okay? Lady with a baby isn't for me, all right? I'm sorry. I was trying to let you down easy by just ignoring your text. I thought you would get the clue, but this isn't for me.
Yeah, I don't think this is for me either.
Oh, that's a shame, because I was going to see if you guys wanted to go out again. I will pay for it.
Oh, will you? Yeah, why don't you go and get us 3 tickets to Disney on Ice?
Disney on Ice.
Hello?
Hi, is this AJ?
Yeah, who's calling?
What's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I don't know what that is.
It's a radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, okay. Why are you calling me?
That is a good question. I'm calling you because we actually got an email from one of our listeners about you.
Wait, like me specifically? Like, you sure it's the right AJ?
I'm pretty sure it's the right AJ. Is this the AJ that went out on a date to Panera Bread with a girl named Deanna the other day?
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep, that's why we're calling.
But how do you know that from the email? How do you know that?
I know that because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. So Deanna emailed us because she told us you hung out, went to Panera Bread, and you were supposed to pick her up to go to a party, but you never texted her.
That's kind of weird. She emailed a radio station about our date?
Yeah.
I think it's more weird that you left her just stranded, man. Like, why would you commit to something and then not follow through? Even if you weren't going to go to the party with her, why wouldn't you just shoot her a text and say, hey, I'm so sorry, it's not going to work out?
I'm not really comfortable talking about the details of our date on the radio.
Well, when you say the details of your date, it doesn't sound like you guys really did much.
Right, you were at Panera Bread.
Yeah, we talked and it was okay, but I don't want to air out her dirty laundry or anything, but it freaked me out a little.
Freaked you out? Well, all right, if you don't want to air out her dirty laundry, when we do this segment, everybody who agrees to do it knows that they might hear something that they don't want to hear. So she has agreed to have her dirty laundry aired.
You're 100% sure it's fine? I have class with this girl.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure it's fine. We've done thousands of these things at this point, but she knows that she could hear something that she might not want to hear.
Well, we were at Panera, just chatting, regular date stuff. But then she mentioned that this is her first date.
Like, ever?
Yeah, first date ever.
What? So what? She's in college. It's not like you're talking about a 45-year-old woman.
But still, what? How has she not been on a date?
Ever, yeah, I know. It's kind of surprising.
Something wrong.
No, there is not anything wrong. It could just be that either she didn't meet somebody, maybe she's been really shy, maybe no one's ever even asked her.
Do you know her excuse for that being her only first date, AJ?
I don't know if she has an excuse or not. It's just in my experience, I don't like going on dates with girls who've never been on a date before.
Why?
Well, from my experience, afterwards they get really clingy and attached. I guess they over-romanticize me or something. But, I'm in college. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, and that much clinginess.
You say, in your experience, have you had a lot of first dates with people who have never had first dates before?
I mean, I guess back in high school, people are younger, don't really have that kind of stuff in their wheelhouse yet.
Okay, wait, hold up, though. I feel like you're throwing out a huge stereotype about people who are dating virgins, basically.
Well, actually, she could actually be a virgin, too, if she's never been on a date.
Yeah, that's bad.
No,
don't go down that
You
road.
guys,
Yeah,
for all
no.
I know, she's like 19 years old. Give these kids a break.
I'm just saying,
like,
don't be her first, because it's the
my
worst.
God.
Like, it's not
Okay.
only worse in the moment, but then
Listen.
after you have to deal with the aftermath of being her first. It's not fun. I agree with you on that, AJ.
No, all of you. That is awful. AJ, what did she do on your date at Panera that made you think she was clingy, besides just telling you it was her first date?
Really nothing much. She just seemed very excited for a first official date. And that just, gave me flashbacks to other first dates. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go down this road.
So why blow her off then? Why not at least tell her that you weren't interested in seeing her again?
Well, it was just a first date. If I'd been dating her for a while, it would have been extra rude. But, once the semester's over, I might not see her again, so.
Wait, no, it's rude to begin with to make someone think that you have plans and then never follow through. Like, that's rude.
Well, I can't text her after her first date ever and say, oh, well, cancel. That would crush her heart even more.
Crush her heart even more than making plans with her and then leaving her to sit home and wait for you?
I don't know. Maybe she thought I got into a car accident or something.
What?
You know, maybe
What kind of like alternate whole reality are you living in right now, AJ? Like, you need to be respectful and kind with other people's hearts, and you're not doing that at all, man.
I really don't know what to say to her because I just don't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, that
Well,
must
AJ, I think we should give it a try.
Uh-huh.
Don't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you better get sure because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what? She's on the other line?
Yep, she's there. Deanna, you there?
Hey.
Oh, hi, hi, Deanna.
Hey, AJ. Yeah, I definitely heard everything you said.
Oh, well, at least you know how I feel.
What?
That's just my experience in the past, you know?
Uh-huh. You think I'll send you, like, 8,000 text messages or something after one date at Panera?
Potentially, you know?
You really don't think very much of me, or it sounds like women and girls in general.
No, it's not anything like that. It's just my experience in the past with, you know, girls that they're not as experienced and then they kind of think a little too much of me right away.
So you think just because I haven't been on a date that I don't have experience?
To be honest, I just don't know you that well, so I just
Made a lot of assumptions.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did. He made a ton of assumptions.
Not having been on a date or been in a relationship actually means that I am much more independent than it sounds like you are.
I'm just in college, you know, and I'm not really ready for something super serious, super quick, you know, and meeting parents and all that stuff.
What?
It's just experience from my past. It's just stuff.
You think
I've
that
dealt
we're
with
going to go
before.
to Panera and then I'm going to be like, hey, you need to meet my family. I mean, AJ, I like you. I thought we had a really good time, and it's really too bad that you actually have so many assumptions about women that you're clinging to, and that you can't be open to other options, and that somebody actually is really independent.
You see what you said right there? You said you like me after one date. Is that enough information to really know that you like somebody? I don't know.
See, Deanna, you're being a little too clingy saying that you like him just after like one encounter, you know?
Totally. I mean, like, emotional intelligence is really clingy.
I am really not shocked that this dude was the dumbest dude in your study group.
Wait, what? What'd you say about me?
AJ, you were the one who wasn't getting it in the study group, and I was happy to hang out with you longer and make sure that you got it. And you did. You totally got it.
Oh, she's really proud of you.
Good job, buddy.
I'm not some idiot with drool coming out of his mouth or something.
Well, I didn't say that.
Another assumption.
Yeah, he kind of implied it. Oh, another assumption right there.
No, he was talking about you.
Yeah. You didn't get that?
No, he didn't.
I definitely thought that I liked you, and I did. I thought we were having a good time, and I was really open to dating you some more. But honestly, after this conversation, I think I know more about you, and this is not going to work.
Well, let's make sure and ask officially. AJ, would you like to go on a second date with Deanna? We'll pay for it. I know she just said she doesn't want to, but I'm hoping that she'll change her mind if you say yes.
I feel like she got really worked up over just one date and one,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh,
missed
AJ.
text. You know, I think.
Do I sound worked
not
up?
clingy, but that signs of clinginess right there, being so worked up.
How are you
So
still
no,
sticking to that?
I'd say no.
The clingy girl just denied you before you were even able to say no.
Yeah, well, it's mutual.
Okay. Well, sorry, Deanna, no second date, but it sounds like that you're okay with that.
Totally. AJ, I know your deal. Wish you the best of luck. Hope you don't make assumptions about women in the future, though.
Don't worry, Deanna. One day there'll be a guy that's cool with your whole deal.
I don't think she's too broken up about it, AJ.
Oh my God, you're such a jerk.
I'm calling today's second date love with a side of broccoli cheddar.
That sounds delicious.
It does sound good. And that's because the girl on the phone to do a second date today spent her first date at the most romantic of restaurants, Panera Bread.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's amazing how all you have to do is say broccoli cheddar and we know exactly what you're talking about.
Doesn't get sexier than Panera. Especially when you're waiting for your food and they give you that little vibrating device to tell you when it's ready, and it lights up and it vibrates, and you just sit there for a few minutes and enjoy the vibration before you get your soup. What's up, Deanna? How are you?
Hello.
Oh my God.
What's going on?
Well, I wanted to tell you guys about what's been going on and see if you can help me.
Okay, so you had a romantic date at Panera Bread and you did something with a vibrating thing? I mean, that's how Jubal set it up anyway. What do you even call that thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
I just call it pleasurable.
Okay.
So tell us about your date.
I understand you are throwing shade at Panera, but I liked it. I'm in college. I thought it was a college-appropriate first date.
It is. I mean, and when you're talking about casual dining, it's pretty expensive.
It still is, yeah.
You know,
it's pricier than like Subway and stuff.
That's true, and he paid, so.
Nice.
All right,
Boom,
sweet.
there you go.
So tell us a little bit about the dude. What's his name?
His name is AJ.
And
All right.
where'd you meet him?
We met in a study group.
Oh my God. College kids still really do meet people in real life?
We do.
Yeah, was it a study group app?
Yeah. No, but that's genius. We should make that.
All right, so what'd you like about AJ?
I noticed him in our first study group, and like I thought he was interesting and funny, like he was making people laugh or whatever. But I was getting everything in the study group. I felt really prepared, but I could tell he was struggling, and I was like, great, I can like help him out and spend some more time with him. So I just kept staying, and everybody else was sort of falling off and like leaving the study group, and it was just the two of us, and we worked together, and he was like starting to get it, and we had a good time. Like we were talking and stayed pretty late, and then a few days later he asked me to have lunch.
That's so exciting. Were you so excited?
I was so excited. Like my heart skipped a beat, and I was really excited. And I mean, I kind of was conflicted because I actually did have class, but I decided that I really liked this guy and decided to skip class and go to lunch.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Free Panera, too. That's
Hello.
nice. So how was your date?
It was good. We talked about life and like where we came from and, you know, all those things that I feel like you're supposed to talk about on the first date. And it went really well. And he actually at the end invited me to a party that he was going to the next night.
So you ran home and tried on every outfit that you have in your closet and decided nothing was good enough, so you went to the store and bought something new.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And like definitely asked all the girls in my sorority like what to wear, and like we put together outfits. And so then the next night, which was the party, I was ready and waiting for his text with information, and I ended up waiting in my room all night for him to text, and he never texted
He
me.
never texted you at all?
No.
Oh, and I bet you look so good.
I felt really cute.
Yeah, that's like the worst. And then you have to explain to every single person that you live with, like, oh, why are you still home?
Exactly. They all helped me get ready, and then it just like never happened. It was so awkward.
And I'm guessing you haven't heard anything from him since either.
Well, no, because then the next day I texted him being like, what happened? Like, what's up? And he just never responded.
Why do you want to see this drink again then?
The thing is, you have to make it seem like to him, like, well, I had other plans anyway, even though you didn't, and you ended up waiting the whole time just to save a little bit of face.
I know, something. And like what makes it even more awkward is we have class together tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if you saw him since you guys are in that same group and everything.
It's like not even that I want something to keep happening. It's that I actually have to keep seeing this person. And so I want to get it worked out before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know anybody else who is at the same party?
I don't think so. It's a group of people that I'm not friends with
Okay.
yet.
So you couldn't get like a report on if he showed up alone or not?
No, like, of course I'm worried that he got there and hooked up with someone right away and totally forgot.
Right.
You have any idea why he would blow you off like that? Erica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Did I win something?
Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed us to see if we could get a hold of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird, huh?
So you might have won a date with this person, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, who's the mystery man?
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. So you recently went out with a dude named Alan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Not as excited anymore.
No, not super excited.
So you didn't like Alan?
Sorry, I don't know if I want to talk to you guys about this.
Well,
This is awkward.
I know it's awkward, but Alan really wants to know why you're not calling him back because he said he enjoyed your date a lot and really felt like you guys connected.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's sweet, isn't it? That's what it sounds like. Bless his heart, he thought we connected.
That was he read that really wrong type of response.
Yeah, I think he kind of did. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, if I'm being honest, it was. I felt like the whole date was kind of just a bust from the start.
Really? Why? What? I mean, from the very beginning?
Yeah, I just felt uncomfortable like the whole time we were together. It was just very awkward and uncomfortable and
dude.
Right, you guys were on 2 separate dates then because he didn't feel that at all. He thought you guys were getting along perfectly.
Yeah, he said that you guys were like connecting, talking about your families, sharing intimate details of your lives together.
We talked about that stuff because, I mean, what else are you going to talk about on a first date? Like, of course you're going to say, do you have any siblings? Where's your family from? Like, it's all just, stupid small talk, but that doesn't mean we were connecting.
Well, according to him, it meant you were connecting.
Okay.
What did he do that made you feel so uncomfortable? Or what about the date made you feel uncomfortable?
I guess, I mean, those people who are, like, just close talkers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He is one of them. He's just a really close talker.
So he
was like leaning in, like super close to my face the whole time. Like literally I could feel the heat of his breath against my skin.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Everyone just felt that for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did it seem like he does that normally, or was he doing it to you because he was trying to be sexy?
That's an excellent question. I wish I knew. I never met him before, so I don't know if that's just how he is or if he was trying to be like flirty or seductive, but it was like I would try to lean away and then he would come closer and it was like a vicious cycle.
When was the point where you knew that there was no way that you were going to go out with this guy again?
At one point he went to go get us drinks. So I was like, okay, this is good. He'll come back and like I'll establish some more space between us. And then when he came back, he like even stood close to me and just like watched me while I drank. It was like every move I made, he was just like there in my
Weird.
face.
Whoa.
That is strange.
Okay, so why did you make plans to go to the movies with him then?
Well, yeah, I said yes to it because it seemed like an easy way for me to at least get away from him for like a second. So then I could like text him and say that I had like a stomach ache or something because I couldn't get away from him otherwise.
Oh.
All right, so you were just trying to ditch him.
Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to ditch him, and then I ran into him when he was looking for the restroom.
That sucks. He told us that he saw you on the way out when he was looking for the restroom, and it seemed awkward between you guys at that moment.
Yeah, it was awkward because I felt like he probably knew that I was trying to get away.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. Let's ask him. Why don't we ask him if he did? Because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, Erica.
What?
Yeah.
He's been listening to this whole time?
Yep. Unless he hung up. Alan, are you still there?
Still here. Hello, Erica.
I suddenly feel bad for Ellen.
Hi.
Oh, you were planning on ditching me the whole time?
Not the whole time. I just...
Oh, that feels great. Okay, excellent then. The first few seconds were tolerable. Wonderful.
Well, I'm sorry. I just like wasn't feeling it. I was feeling your breath, but I wasn't feeling the spark.
I can't believe you told these guys I'm a close talker. Is that what you really think that?
Yes, you are a close talker. Your lips were basically touching my ear.
It was a loud bar. I had to get close so we could hear each other. I don't want to sit there and, yell across the table, so I get close to hear what you have to say. And, I was really having a great time.
You seem like a very nice guy, but it just, feeling the heat of your breath, I could, tell what you would have for lunch that day. It seemed like maybe it was fish and chips. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that shows what you know. It was chicken strips.
Okay.
So how close could he have been talking, Erica, if you got the food wrong?
Well, my mistake. I stand corrected.
Come on, Alan, have you ever had a problem before? Has anyone ever told you that maybe you invaded other people's personal space?
This is news to me. Like I was telling you earlier, I was so excited. Everything was going so well, I thought. And then it's like, then just say something. Just, that's a date. Just go, hey, back up a little. I don't know, give me a chance,
Would that have worked, Alan, if Erica said, hey, you're, really in my face, back up, and then just, shoulder checked you out of, back a few inches?
It doesn't have to be shoulder check, but just, or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I can't read minds. That's what I'm saying. So
I mean, I guess I'm a believer in pheromones, and I feel like if he was that close to me and I wasn't, like, feeling attracted to him and didn't, like the feeling of his breath and the smell and all of that, then it wasn't going to work.
Okay,
All right. Well,
that is hard to argue against.
Alan, she just didn't like that you were a close talker. She didn't even know about you blowing your nose on the hotel wall.
Oh, dude.
Wait, what?
seriously, why do you...
Huh?
Pick a man when he's down. Why would you even do that?
No, it's a good thing, Alan.
No.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing. I blew my nose on the hotel wall. You saw it.
What? I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no.
Then we're cool. Never mind on that.
I don't know that you're cool, Alan. I think you're far from cool right now.
I never saw you blow your nose on a hotel wall.
Okay, well, I thought you did. And that's why I thought you weren't calling me back, because I blew my nose on a hotel wall. But now I find out I'm a close talker. So give me on both.
Oh,
Man, a guy can't be a close talker and blow his nose on the hotel wall without just getting murdered for it.
Apparently not.
Erica, would you like to go out with Alan again on a second date? We will pay for it.
No.
No.
I mean, I want to talk you into it because I feel bad for Alan, but I just think...
I feel bad for him too, but I don't want to go out with him again.
Can everyone just stop feeling bad for me? Okay? Now I know. Now I know you don't sneeze on hotel walls and you don't close talk. So lessons learned. I'm walking away from this a better man. Thank you.
Yeah, a little bruised and a little battered, but a better man.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to George, please?
Yeah, this is he.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Great. This is weird.
I can understand how you'd think that. I'm actually on the phone with you right now because we're doing a segment called the Second Date Update. And basically, we want to ask you some questions about a date that you went on recently with a guy named Joshua.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The thing is, he really liked you, and he asked us to call you and find out why you're not calling him back.
What?
Yeah.
He wanted... Okay, he wanted what? He wanted you to call me?
Yes. He sent us an email and told us about your horrible first date.
What did he tell you? Exactly.
He told us that he met you on eHarmony, and you guys were on your way to a concert. And he said on the way to the concert, he was talking to you and wasn't paying attention, and some dude ran out in the crosswalk, and he ran over his foot. Then you screamed, and then he put the car in reverse and kind of hit the guy again.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
So is that the reason you're not calling him back, the whole accident? Because he said that you left while he was giving a police report.
I was pretty shaken up. I mean, I've never even seen anyone hit by a car, much less being in the car. I was in the car. I mean, it was so crazy. And then I had to tell him, you hit someone. And then we backed up and we hit him again.
Well,
and like,
but the guy was all right, right?
I mean, he did send me a text message later telling me that the guy was okay. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe he's just calling me to, ask me out on another date. Be like, oh, yeah, the guy's fine. Sure, you want to go out again? I mean, we hit someone on a date.
Okay, but that was an accident. I understand if you feel like that's a bad omen for a
yeah,
first
but like
date.
an accident, like what's going to happen on date number 2? What are we going to do?
There's all sorts of options now, I think. The crazy door has been opened. You guys can just run through it full speed together if you want.
I'm cool not going through that door. Like, I'm good.
Why wouldn't you text him back, though, after that and just say, hey, that was too much for me on a first date?
Look, there were other reasons. That was not the only reason. I was just done with that date.
There was more than hitting a pedestrian.
Yeah.
What's worse than that?
I mean, I'm not saying it's worse. Like, I'm not saying we, killed a family.
That would be worse, for sure.
But, I mean, I was on this date for, 10 minutes prior to the incident, we'll call it. I got in his car, and Joshua wears an ungodly amount of cologne.
Oh.
It was like being in the back of a cab in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Okay. And you know what?
Migraine.
Depending on the cologne, that could be worse than running over a person.
I mean, that person was okay. If I stayed in my car much longer, I would not have been.
So that's why you left. You didn't actually leave because of the pedestrian. You just didn't want to ride home.
I'll be honest, it was like, dude, my asthma was going to be like, hello. There was no way. There was no way. And I'll be honest with you, I don't understand how it is that he could have sprayed that on himself in the morning and was like, yeah, I smell good. No way.
Excuse me, can I talk now?
What's going on?
Okay, that's Joshua. He's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Kara, what is up? Why are you saying this? You know that's not true.
Joshua, look, I did not know you were on the phone. And I am really sorry that you had to hear it like that, but it is true. I'm sorry.
I put on a little bit of cologne because I cared about the date. it wasn't. I wasn't swimming in it.
I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad kind of right now. Like, I'm glad you cared about the date, but it's not that there's nothing wrong with, in general, putting cologne on, but don't you remember I rolled down the window? Like, it was really cold outside, and I rolled down the window, and I was like, hey, look at the fresh air. This is great. You didn't say anything weird about that?
That was part of the distraction that, all right, look.
If you wouldn't have rolled down that window, he wouldn't have had to hit somebody.
I will have you know that I get a lot of compliments on my cologne, and the majority of them are not from family members.
Well, that's fine. Then they can go out with you and be in a small enclosed space and have asthma, but not me. I felt like I was going to die, okay? Not unlike the person you ran over, and I didn't have my extra inhaler with me.
Well, the person that I accidentally ran over his foot was nowhere close to death, which I would say is, maybe similar to how your cologne... Okay, look. All right? Okay, fine.
You're in such a predicament right now, Joshua.
It's not about the cologne. I cannot wear cologne. I can change that, all right? I just think that I got a good vibe from you before all this stuff happened, and I'm sorry. And
which part are you sorry for? The cologne or the almost dead dude?
I mean, he's not almost dead. Come on.
Wow.
This was found out in a court of law. He was fine. But
honestly, I'm just trying to give you feedback about your cologne. It just doesn't smell good, and the amount didn't smell good. And I'm not trying to be mean. It is what it is. Besides, I didn't know you were on the phone. They tricked me.
So wait, were you attracted to him before you smelled him? No, I'm serious, because the smell is automatic turnoff, but there could have been something pre-smell.
When I saw his pictures online and we communicated online, it was really cool. And when I saw him from far away, it was great. When I walked up close, not so great. But and I don't mean he was ugly. I mean it was the smell. But from far away, it was good. I mean, it just once you got closer.
Can you please stop talking about how bad I smelled?
Well, Josh, do you want to go back to talking about the guy that you hit? We have two options here.
That's a good point.
I feel like there's a door number 3 that we're not even talking about here, which is we were having a pretty good time before I hit somoone. And,
That's a really weird thing to say. Okay, but anyway.
I know, I'm just acknowledging the elephant in the room that we've been talking about this whole time, but if when it comes to the cologne, I don't need to wear any cologne. I could just wear deodorant. I could not wear deodorant. I could not have any of that.
Please wear deodorant. I don't care if you're going out with me or not. You should be wearing deodorant and none of that natural stuff, actual deodorant.
So actual deodorant. Well, all right. How about this, Kara?
I don't use crystals. I have never. Okay.
Okay. Let's not get into deodorant brands right now. I just want to ask Kara a question. Will you go out with Joshua one more time? You can take public transportation. He won't wear cologne, and we will pay for the date.
It's a pretty
Will you
good
go out
deal.
with him one more time?
Kara, come on. Please, just give me a second shot at this.
I feel like I'm on Let's Make a Deal.
We met on eHarmony. We are a great match for each other. We could end up with each other.
That's right. That's the place that claims to find the perfect people.
Yeah.
I've seen the commercials.
eHarmony never said he would hit someone in a car either. So,
that would make for a weird ad campaign. But
Yeah, that's true.
See, he's funny.
So, will you give him one more shot if he doesn't wear cologne? And you guys can talk about the whole car accident thing later, but
You have
will
to
you
say
give him another
yes.
chance?
okay, the thing is, it's no cologne. Not pick another brand. No cologne.
Joshua?
I don't trust your ability to bathe yourself in it.
if you go out with me, I promise I will not wear any cologne. I just feel like we had a good vibe before things happened.
Will you do it, Kara?
Okay, but if I show up and I smell anything on you, any cologne, I'm leaving. And if your bumper is damaged or I see blood or hair on the front of your car, we're done.
I have already cleaned the car. You can't see anything on it. So,
well, that's really good to know.
right.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Good. Congratulations, Joshua. You got a second date.
oh, Kara, I'm excited to see you again, and I promise you won't regret it.
Unless he runs over another person.
Oh, wow.
Hello. Hi, can I speak to Nina, please?
This is Nina.
Oh, good. You're safe.
You guys, I have the craziest falling in love story you've probably ever heard.
Whoa, you already dropped the L-bomb right at the top.
Yeah, TBD, I hope so.
Okay, TBD.
Keep going.
Those are always good 3 letters to put with love.
Well, tell us what happened 6 months ago.
So about 6 months ago, I was in the hospital because I was having my tonsils removed.
Okay.
This is a romantic story, I can tell.
No.
Yeah. So the guy I was seeing was going to pick me up that day when he got off work.
Pick you up from the hospital? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to have somebody pick you up when you have a outpatient surgery because you've been under. So anyways, he was supposed to pick me up around 5 when he got off work, but I was discharged a little earlier, around 3:15.
Okay.
Hate when I discharge early. It's so annoying.
Gross.
Yeah.
And is this guy your boyfriend at the time, or is it just someone you've been casually hanging out with?
No, he was my boyfriend.
Okay.
So the nurse wheels me down to the lobby and asked if someone was coming to pick me up. So, she gave me paperwork and she just, she left me there.
Mm-hmm.
So sitting there a little while later, and the doors open to the lobby, and this gorgeous man who's not my boyfriend walks in with a giant bouquet of flowers.
Oh my God. Why do I picture doves being released behind him and angels singing?
And he sits down across from me. So we make eye contact a couple times, and he smiles. And so I said, those are nice. Well, actually, I whispered, those are nice.
Oh, right, because of the tonsil situation. Yeah.
But that was hot.
Yeah.
It's a little sultry.
All right. What'd he say?
He's like, what? I can't hear you.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
But this is good. That's not your boyfriend. You shouldn't be flirting anyway.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, so I tried to say again, I was pointing, I'm the flowers are nice.
Mm-hmm.
So he thanked me and he asked me what I was there for. So anyway, the doctor comes in and asks to speak with him, and they go off, pulls him aside, and then he comes back, sits down again with sort of this weird look. He looks at me and he hands me the flowers and he goes, "These are for you."
What?
Huh?
I was like, "What?" And so he says, "They just told me that my aunt passed away."
Oh, and he was bringing his aunt flowers.
No.
I don't like this.
You got the world's saddest bouquet of flowers ever given.
Consolation dead person flowers?
Oh,
That's
so sad.
okay.
I mean, you guys, I took him, but
You
I
took
felt
him?
terrible for him.
You have to take him.
I guess so.
You have to take him. So, anyways, he's sitting there. He's super upset. So for 30 minutes, I'm kind of consoling this beautiful, beautiful man.
Yeah. About his aunt. How did you turn this into cheating on your boyfriend? Because I feel like that's where we're going. Maybe I'm wrong.
Me too.
I did not cheat on my boyfriend.
Okay.
No. So eventually he thanks me and he's like, I got to go. But he writes his number down on the card with the flowers.
Okay.
Crosses out "get well soon" and writes "call me later."
Love you, Auntie.
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly. So I follow him out the door and it's raining. It's like some sappy rom-com movie.
Of course it is.
So I asked him, are you sure you're okay to drive? You seem very emotional. I don't want you to get in an accident. And he's like, yeah, I think so. I'm okay. And I was like, no, you know what? My boyfriend, he's going to be here soon. He can give you a ride. And he said no, and he drove off.
Yeah, because you just shattered his dreams. He didn't know you had a boyfriend. You're flirting with him the whole time. He gives you his number, and then...
He's like, give me those flowers back.
What? Boyfriend?
It worked out for
What's
the best.
worse?
I didn't want to lie to him. I was trying to be a nice person, like a friend. He needed a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, you're a good person.
Well, I tried to be. Anyway, so I texted him the next day and just said, thank you for the flowers. Hope you're doing okay.
Man, your boyfriend must have been so confused though, when you're walking out of there with a bouquet of flowers. He's like, where did these come from?
Yeah, but the explanation is pretty easy.
What is it?
Dead aunt.
I mean, he should also feel guilty because he did not bring me flowers. But anyway.
Yeah. All right.
So fast forward a couple months later, I'm not with that boyfriend anymore.
Good.
Ooh, someone's single.
That guy didn't bring you flowers. He deserves to be dumped.
Agreed, and many other reasons. We don't need to get into all that.
All right.
Anyway, you guys, I still have the flower card with his number.
Ooh, this is so fun.
And I really can't stop thinking about him. Am I a crazy person? Is this weird?
Yeah, you're probably crazy and weird, but it's really great.
Yeah.
I encourage it. Is
Crazy
that bad?
and weird is great for us on this show, so it makes good radio.
Dude, I say yes. Make it happen. Let's do this.
So have you reached out to him yet, or is this the first time?
I did text him, and I didn't get a response.
Oh, my God. But he doesn't know you're single. That's why he didn't text you back. He probably thinks you're trying to cheat on your boyfriend.
I mean, maybe. I didn't think about that. I mean, that's what I keep to you guys.
Oh, I'm excited for this one.
And I don't think we asked, do you know what this guy's name is?
Oh, yeah.
He signed it Alex. Just Alex.
Alex is a sexy name.
Alex and Marcella.
Yeah,
Good
hello,
couple name.
Ash.
Call each other Marsalix. Sorry, that was stupid. Celebrity name
Yeah.
anyway. Sorry.
It does sound good together. I'm with you,
weird.
Jose. I'm with you.
All right.
I got distracted.
Well, we're going to play a song. We'll come back, and we'll call Alex and try and get you a second date update, okay?
Ooh, I'm excited. Me too.
All right, hold on.
Second Second date update.
We're on the phone with Marcella, and she warned us this is probably the craziest falling in love story of all time.
Oh, my goodness.
And I have to say, she's on the right track.
Is she?
Well, she met a guy at a hospital 6 months ago when she got her tonsils out. She was waiting in the lobby after her surgery when a hunky guy walked through the front doors carrying a big bouquet of flowers that were supposed to be for his aunt. But when he got the word that his aunt had passed, he was so devastated, he didn't know what to do, and he handed them to the only person he knew in that room, Marcella.
Oh, then he tore his shirt off and he kissed her passionately.
Not quite.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
No.
She did console him and walked him back to his car.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, she had a boyfriend at the time.
Right.
Which is why she's waited this long to finally reach out to him and maybe finish this love story the right way.
Oh, my
It does have
God.
the makings when you say it like that.
But you guys, we can't be. Oh, Marcella, do you really want to be using like love story, just throwing around out there? Because you've barely talked to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you guys love story. I'm not gonna like start cold with him like love story.
Okay, well, that is something we should establish before we call him. We are terrible at these things sometimes.
I was definitely going to drop that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Okay.
Glad we went over
Well,
this then.
no promises, Marcella, but tell us, how are you feeling going into this?
Oh my God, I'm really nervous now. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
I don't blame you. I'm nervous too.
I'm
We all
excited.
are.
It's going to be great. Or it's going to be really bad, and then we can move on from having a crush on this guy. Either way, there'll be personal growth by the end of this.
And possibly a Hallmark movie made about it. So you're going to win.
I hope so.
All right. I'm going to dial the phone number and try and get you a second date update right now. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alex, please?
Yeah, I was calling.
Hi, my name's Young Jeffrey. Work on the radio.
The radio?
Mm-hmm. You heard of it before?
Yeah, it's like in every car.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a podcast.
That's the one. He knows it.
All right.
Dude,
Good.
awesome.
We're best friends now.
Yeah, we're on the dial, man.
That's where we are.
What is this about?
So there's something that we do on our show called a second date update. It's where if you go out on a date with someone, but they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll contact the person and try and figure out the reason why.
I didn't go on a date with someone that's not getting back to me.
That's true.
That is
That's a
true.
good point. This is one is a little bit different.
Because the girl that reached out to us, you met about 6 months ago.
Okay, 6 months ago. It's a long time.
And you guys didn't go on a date. You met her in a hospital lobby?
Her name's Marcella.
Sorry. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, you were going through a lot of stuff in the moment, so.
Yeah. She told us when she met you, your aunt had just passed away.
Sorry about that too, man.
Is that helping jog your memory, though?
Honestly, no.
Okay, do you remember being in the lobby and you had brought flowers for your aunt? And she said that you had talked briefly about the flowers, and then the doctor informed you about your aunt passing away, and you gave the flowers to Marcella. And she was like super worried about you, offered to take you home, not take you home to her home, offered to give you a ride to your house.
Any of this jogging your memory? No?
Okay, I think I remember.
How do you not definitely remember that your aunt died that day? I'm sorry, but
Okay, there's a reason why I don't specifically remember her.
Okay.
Yeah?
What is it?
There's just been a lot of flowers and a lot of girls.
What?
I'm even more confused.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You have aunts in every hospital that are dying across the city? I mean, honestly.
Not necessarily. I had a buddy in the hospital, and I went to go see him. And I didn't know what to get the guy. It's your friend in a hospital. Like, what do I get him? So I just grabbed flowers from the shop downstairs.
Okay.
He kind of gave me the idea. He's like, man, why are you giving me flowers? I don't need flowers from you. Like, I bet you could pick up on, any girl down there and if you give her the flowers.
What?
Your buddy told you to give flowers to girls in the lobby?
Like a joke, and turns out it worked. I said I was there for a buddy, and I ended up hooking up with one of the girls I met in the in the waiting room.
Okay, and that is definitely not Maricela.
Yeah, so we're not talking about Marcella. This is before Marcella?
Again, guys, I don't know who Marcella is.
Okay. Well, when did this happen with your buddy?
Well, it was a couple years ago, I think.
What?
A couple years ago.
Wait. So are you setting this up to tell us that you've been doing this scheme for a while now?
I'm not doing it anymore.
So there was no dead aunt ever?
I mean, I'm sure one of my aunts have died.
You dog!
This whole thing is a pickup scheme.
Like I said, I don't do it anymore. I started feeling like a little guilty, a little sleazy, so I kind of...
A little?
How many girls have you picked up using this?
Let's just say that it's a lot, and that's why I have a hard time remembering.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's like, I don't...
I felt so bad for you.
I know. The dead aunt is the thing that I'm most upset about. I'm also kind of impressed that this is your thing, but also really disgusted that you're using... I'm all over the board here.
It's pretty shady.
It is very difficult dating out here right now. Like, it's like the apps don't work.
Blame it on the apps.
But you're not even trying to date. It sounds like you were just hooking up with all these ladies.
No, every single one I had a sit-down conversation with.
And you told them all lies. Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
Look, initially, yeah, it was a lie. But, I mean, once we started talking, that's who I am. I'm not... I just needed, like, a way in.
Oh, my gosh. I am floored.
You know who's probably even more floored than we are?
Oh, my gosh.
Marcella.
Oh, my gosh. The one you don't remember.
Because, Alex, we didn't tell you this, but Marcella has been on the phone listening this entire time.
And we do not feel shady about it at all, okay, Alex?
Oh, my God.
Marcella?
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that there's such a monster among us. Are you kidding? Dude,
a monster? I don't do that anymore.
Like, so you go to hospitals to pick up, like, sick or, like, injured
I used to go.
Or grieving.
I think you're missing...
Are you kidding?
Oh, man.
What can I say? It worked.
You can say you're gross. That's disgusting.
But also kind of genius.
I don't know.
It worked too much. He had to stop. Like,
if it wasn't
really
a hospital, like, did you have to lie about the dead aunt? Couldn't you come up with some other reason?
That's how you reel them in. That's the bait.
It is true. That makes a stronger, deeper connection.
The deeper connection.
She's right. I wanted to take care of the guy.
I know.
I can't imagine.
Ladies love a sad man in mourning.
Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry, Marcella.
Oh, my God. I honestly can't believe that you can't remember me. Like, we had, like, a 30-minute conversation.
I hate to tell you this, but I had a lot of 30-minute conversations with a lot of girls and a lot of connections. I mean, don't doubt that the connection was real. Like, at the time, I'm sure I thought the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Does that make you feel better, Marcella?
It definitely does not.
Oh,
weird.
Dang.
I mean, you got to give him... He didn't take advantage of you.
Listen, you're right. I didn't take advantage of her. I didn't take advantage of you, Marcella. I mean, I probably lost your number in, like, the pile of numbers I've got.
Oh, my God.
Marcella, are you still attracted to him, or is this a total turnoff for you?
I, honest to God, thought this was, like, the greatest love story potential of my life.
Oh, I know.
But I think it's kind of, like, the biggest scam of my life.
Marcella, it doesn't have to be a scam. Like, I am technically single right now. I'm not seeing anyone.
This guy.
Oh, my God.
Wow, what a surprise you're single. That is such a shock.
Well, he ran out of relatives to pass off as dead, so...
God. You know what? Like, I couldn't even date you now because you hang out in hospitals all the time. You're probably patient zero.
No, I don't. I don't hang out in hospitals all the time anymore. I don't do that.
Oh.
Well, this feels like the right time
No, it does not.
to ask Alex, would you like to go out on another date with Marcella? We'll pay
Why
for
are you
it.
asking him? She needs to be there.
She's the one that contacted us.
I know.
Obviously, if I went up to you and gave you flowers, then you must be good looking. So, yes, I will like to go on another date.
All right, Marcella.
It's like a blind date for Alex. Marcella, like...
I mean, Alex is right. I am hot, and he's not going to see me ever again. Absolutely not.
Oh, you missed out, dude.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Jeffrey didn't.
But did I miss out, Marcella? Because I honestly don't remember who you are or what you look like.
Oh, my God, that is so low.
How dare you?
on.
Well,
Hey, how are you guys?
Ooh, I can't wait to hear what time period you went back to.
yeah. But first, tell us about the guy that you time traveled with. What's his name?
His name is Eric.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Eric the Great?
Yes.
Or
wow. Still laughing.
I don't know. He might be Eric the Surf.
The surf,
Surf,
like
like
you know, a
serfdom.
servant back in the.
Did not know they used
okay.
that.
I didn't know that either.
SERF, anyone?
It's on a fiefdom.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Right.
You
Yeah.
guys are so smart.
Why do you know this?
Brooke and Jeffrey,
They're
that's why you
older.
guys are the
They're
leads.
older hosts.
Yeah, that's true.
We're around for that. Let's tell us more about Eric. Where did you meet?
We met actually on a dating app.
Okay.
Okay.
Not so old.
Yeah, so that is current. That's modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally modern, and he had a lot of photos on his app. And guys, I'm going to tell you, you got to put a lot of photos because Eric had just the nicest smile and the kindest eyes, and I was just
Oh, like his profile.
Yeah. Yeah, why she was attracted to him. That's sweet. How did it turn out in real life?
Okay, so it took us a few weeks to kind of connect because we're both really busy.
Okay.
So we kind of got to know each other online. But here's our date. We went to a Beatles tribute band concert.
Now, is this like late 60s Beatles or are we talking 50s, you know? Like...
Yeah.
These guys were amazing. They did the whole thing. They started out as like the early Beatles, like Ed Sullivan Show kind of thing, and they kind of went through, and then they got their Sgt. Pepper outfits on.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, Yellow Submarine?
George Harrison just suddenly disappeared off the stage at one point.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, I mean, how realistic did they get?
Oh, come on. They just start doing, you know, more and more drugs as the show
Yeah.
goes on,
Yeah.
is what happens.
Hits and
The beginning of the concert, they were sober.
I mean, that sounds like it was pretty fun. Did you and Eric have a good time with that?
I thought we did. I mean, he was into it, and we were having a great time. I mean, there were a mix of people there, I do have to say. I mean, there were a lot of seniors going, when I actually went to a Beatles concert, I'm like, I'm not. I wasn't even born at that point, but
I would imagine the entire crowd was pretty silver-haired.
Yeah.
Like that's not something you're going to with young people.
Or a confused Gen Zer who's like, dude, this new band, the Beatles, they sound awesome.
I've done that before at a place. I got an autograph from like a tribute band.
Oh my God.
You guys are gonna make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so did the tribute band get the romantic feelings going?
well, I don't know about romantic feelings, but we had a really great time. I mean, we were jumping around and screaming and everything, you know.
Okay, so you had fun.
Concert, nice. It was lit.
Yeah, but that's a great way to spend a first date.
Of course. It's a good vibe. At least you're having a good time.
Okay.
Positive.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. We were really close to the stage, which was awesome. But at one point, one of the guys in the band actually brought me up on stage during Twist and Shout and, had me dance with them on the stage. And I don't know if that made Eric jealous.
Because you twerk and shouted, didn't you?
It wasn't twerk and shout, no.
Okay.
That would be weird to make somebody jealous. I feel like if anything, that'd be a red flag for you against him, not the other way around.
I can see a guy getting jealous. Like, that's my
Well,
girl.
he should be
I'm
happy.
trying to impress her.
It's part of the performance.
Yeah, but a tribute band guy, you know he's going to ask her to come backstage and all that crap.
Well, at least she's wanted.
Yeah.
You know, I think,
and you know, the members of this band have to be like in
How old are
AARP
these
as
people?
well.
Which is even more reason for him to be like, finally, come back to my green room, lady.
Did they hit on you? Did you feel like there was ulterior motives there?
No, I didn't feel anything like that, but that's the only thing I can think of that might have done something that he wouldn't contact me. But, I mean, he drove me home, and we hugged before he left, and I said, hey, let's do lunch sometime, and he said, sure.
Oh.
And ever since then, I've been, texting him and trying to nail down a time, and he's being really vague, and I just don't know why.
Maybe he met a silver-haired fox while you were on stage. He's like, hey,
Sugar
hey,
mama.
hey.
Maybe. So the only thing that you can think went wrong is when you got pulled up on stage as part of the tribute band's performance. There was no other weird moments?
I don't know if that's something that went wrong, but that's the only thing I can think of that would be different from us just going and having a good time.
Let's help you figure this out. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Eric for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. If you're hearing this music wondering what's going on, don't worry. You're not listening to the wrong radio station. Oh, well, you might be.
Yeah.
No,
but
don't
stay here
say
anyway,
that.
please. Stay
But
here.
if you're thinking it's supposed to be entertaining. But the reason I'm playing Beatles music right now is because that's where one of our listeners' dates happened. It was at a concert for a Beatles tribute band. And Samantha, doesn't hearing this bring you back to a week ago when times were much happier? You're doing the hand
Yeah.
jive together with Eric.
It does. We had an awesome time, and I just thought it was completely romantic, the whole thing, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah, well, he's not calling you back, so I think you may be right.
You
It's a
could have
bad sign.
twist and shouted too loud.
Yeah. I never asked, was the Beatles thing your idea or his idea?
It was my idea. I actually have been a Beatle fan my whole life.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was his idea.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it was my idea. Here's the funny thing, though. I actually learned to read by following along with the lyrics on the back of Beatles albums. So
That's cool.
Whoa, pretty
They didn't just
extreme
teach you in
love.
school?
I think the question is, are you sure you're under the age of 55?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I promise you that I am. It's just my parents were really into them, and that's like all I heard.
Yeah, right.
That's how I heard him, yeah.
So, I mean, by the time I was 3, I knew all the songs and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I hope you didn't fanboy too hard.
Yeah.
Fangirl, I mean. While you
That's
were out there.
possible. You did mention you thought the one maybe weird part of it was when they brought you up on stage during part of the performance, and you were worried maybe Eric got jealous of that.
yeah. And I was having a fabulous time with the band members, doing twist and shout dance and all that. And he smiled and he seemed to be having a good time, but I don't know, maybe he was jealous of that.
Yeah, and come on. Obviously, you're going to be the one they pull up on stage. All the other ladies would not be able to take those stairs with their hips.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well let's do this. We're gonna dial Eric's phone number right now. We're gonna try and get you your second date. You ready?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah, who's calling?
Hey, Eric. My name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Oh, that's no one ever asks us that. That is so nice.
I know. So
Yeah.
nice to meet.
I'm well.
I'm pretty depressed.
Okay, well,
terrible answers.
That's
no wonder
another
anyone asks
segment.
us.
Eric, we're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Are you familiar with that at all?
Not really. A second date?
That's right. So the way it works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show to reach out to them for you to help you figure out the reason why.
It's a little odd. Like, we use a radio show to do a date follow-up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's sort of a last resort. It's because this person feels like they're having a hard time getting in touch with you. And her name's Samantha.
Oh. No, I mean, she was sweet. I mean, we had a cool time.
Cool time.
Ooh, you don't sound stoked about it at all.
No. I mean, we're hoping that maybe you'd be willing to tell us a little bit about what happened at the concert or why you're not wanting to see Samantha again.
Yeah, because she told us about the Beatles cover band or whatever that you guys went and saw.
To be honest, I mean, I enjoyed her company and whatnot, but it was kind of a little bit out of my wheelhouse, music-wise.
You're not a big Beatles fan, huh?
No, I mean, I know some of their songs. I mean, it's the Beatles. Who doesn't? But it's like she knew like every lyric to every song, and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, okay, I don't recognize this one.
Is the real problem just like you didn't have time to talk to her because she was singing the whole time? Is that what you're saying? You didn't get a chance to get to know her?
Right, like she was kind of more into the concert. I kind of felt like a not necessarily a date, and more like just a tag along.
Okay, well then, if that's how you feel, that's okay. But why not for your next date, get a chance to know her and do something new?
That's the issue, because she texted me and said, hey, I had a good time. And of course I replied, hey, and she's like, oh, we should do this again. And she gives me a list of like all these cover band dates she wants to do. And it's like Beach Boys and Simon and Garfunkel and Fleetwood Mac. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
Harmon and Garfunkel?
Simon and
Are you being
Garfunkel.
serious?
I don't know what you're saying.
Cecilia, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Any of it.
You're just saying words.
Okay, so she's already planning out your future dates, and they're all old cover bands?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, she's like
yeah.
an old lady trapped in a young person's body.
Give her a break. I mean, obviously, she just thought you had a good time. So, some people aren't very creative with date ideas. So she's probably just sticking to the same thing that she thought you enjoyed too.
That's actually a good point, Brooke.
Yeah, but like the cool thing about dates is varying. Like if you go do something your boyfriend or girlfriend wants to do or your partner wants to do, then the next go around it should be something that you want to do.
Okay, so why don't you give her a suggestion and ask her out then?
In fact, you can give her a suggestion right now because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, Eric.
Oh, wait, what? But hey, well, hey, how long have you been on the phone?
The whole time.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's pretty much been there since we started this phone call.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. Wow.
You didn't say anything bad about her. I mean, we've heard a lot worse things.
No.
Than...
I thought you had a really good time at the concert, so I was suggesting other things that were similar, thinking that you would enjoy it. But if you want to do something else, like go to dinner or something, I'm down for that.
I guess I didn't want to hurt your feelings by saying I wasn't really into the old school band thing, so I kind of just didn't, I didn't know how to approach that and didn't want to upset you.
You seem like you're into it, and if you're not into it, you could probably become more into it the more you come to see him with me. I mean...
Huh, that's weird. So it's like if someone's like, oh, I don't like sushi, you're like, oh, why don't you eat as much sushi as you can? And that way you'll like it.
If you do something enough, then you'll learn to love it.
Force it.
Yeah.
Force it. It does kind of sound like it's coming off that way, and I don't know if you mean it that way.
I mean, I already told you guys, I was so into Beatles from birth that it's how I learned to read. I mean, if my parents hadn't introduced it to me and played it all the time, I wouldn't be into it either.
Yeah, Eric, if the Beatles can teach Samantha how to read, maybe they can teach you how to love.
Oh, Jeff, I love that. Sounds like a song lyric.
And sorry, I should have said the tribute band to the Beatles can teach you how to love.
I've already heard 2.5 hours of straight Beatles music. I think I already know how to love at this point.
Love me do, Eric.
That's why you need to move on to the Beach Boys so you can learn how to surf now.
Dude, yeah,
Soak up those rays.
I mean, Brian Wilson was a musical genius. Absolutely.
Who? Oh, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson was a musical genius.
Samantha, I think that it's great that you have that interest, but why does the person you date also have to have the same interest?
I mean, he doesn't have to, but this is classic stuff. I mean, he just has to experience it with me, and he'll know that this is just amazing stuff.
It sounds like he has to.
And he'll love it.
Yeah. What it sounds like is you want to change him. Yeah. That usually doesn't work
It
out.
doesn't, but I like
think
to
so.
watch it happen.
Brooke, isn't there a really old movie or an old TV show that you loved growing up and then you showed it to your significant other hoping that they would love it too?
I don't know. My husband loves Jason Mraz a lot. It just...
Oh, and it's a no.
I'm still not on board. I can appreciate that he loves that and he connects to that music, but it's just not my jam.
You've been to how many concerts?
7.
See?
A lot.
Wow, he likes
Oh,
it
God.
that much?
I've met the man twice.
Jeez.
It's yeah, honey, that can be your thing.
Jason Mraz is like, oh, this lady again.
But I've never once on my own put Jason Mraz on my Spotify.
But you developed an appreciation for it, you just said.
It's more of a tolerance, I would call it, than an appreciation.
Well, what about that, Eric? How about we build up a tolerance to this? And we would love to send you out on a second date to help you build up that tolerance, and we'll pay for it.
2.5 hours again of that? That was already tough enough making it through the first go-around.
But, Eric, that's just one. It's going to be many, many more after that.
You're not helping.
You're going to learn how to tolerate her and all of her musical interests.
Oh, great.
Does that sound good?
It sounds painful, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So you're doing a terrible job of selling this.
Every time you guys go to an old school concert, he can take you to a new school that one of his artists that he likes.
I would be okay with that.
Hey, look at that, Eric.
There you go.
Do you have any artists you like?
I mean, yeah, I love Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic, what those guys are doing. I think that's great. And it's got a little bit of old school to it.
See, yeah, Bruno's got a little funk to him.
Samantha, how do you feel about Bruno?
I actually don't know much about Bruno Mars, but I'm willing to listen.
She doesn't know?
Okay, well, maybe if you guys stay together and you guys listen long enough, you can go to the Bruno Mars tribute band together. And we'll pay for that.
That's a sweet 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. So what do you say, guys? Come on,